this for my father, who I've only seen from time to time in my dreams. I do this for you. I do this for my mother, who's finally clean, no longer a fan. I do this for you. I do this for my sister, my wife and my kids, cause they part of the team. I do this for all the naysayers and haters who made me one of the greatest. I know it kills you inside, that's why I do this for you. I do this for my father, who I've only seen from time to time in my dreams. I do this for you. I do this for my mother, who's finally clean, no longer a fan. I do this for you. I do this for my sister, my wife and my kids, cause they part of the team. I do this for all the naysayers and haters who made me one of the greatest. I know it kills you inside, that's why I do this for you.
I do this for the kids who sit a bit outside the mix, who maybe cope through humor just to fit in for a bit, who never let the world know when depression's setting in. To all of those who know you, that impression don't exist, and it ain't counterfeit, it's just a way to counter it. I'm living things I dreamed about, I still encounter it. It ain't something that a cigarette or alcohol can fix, but all because of it I flipped it quick, went on to write some hits. This a success off another breath. This the first step in searching to be nothing less than be the best in what you do, to prove their strength in being you. Learn so much in chasing dreams that I never would in school. Depends on where your passion lie, just no passion never lie. Life presents distractions, but your actions have to fortify the things that you believe in. Have to scream it like a battle cry, and leave the ones who didn't looking stupid while they're asking why. Couldn't lie, I really do this for the ones I love, those who treat the music as a vice and lyrics like a drug, those who need advice on how to lift their spirit high enough to break out of the box they make up lives they know aren't good enough. Just because it's how it is don't mean it's how it has to be. This is what the uninspired testifiers fail to see. Jealousy results from being that which others fail to be, and if it means you're not with me, that honestly sounds fair to me.
I do this for my father, who I've only seen from time to time in my dreams. I do this for you. I do this for my mother, who's finally clean, no longer a fan. I do this for you. I do this for my sister, my wife and my kids, cause they part of the team. I do this for all the naysayers and haters who made me one of the greatest. I know it kills you inside, that's why I do this for you.
Do this for my mother, she'll be working for the summer. Do this for my father, cause these days I often wonder what my life would have been like if I was not adopted. To grow up in a home where I was treated like a problem, I don't know, it's just a guess. Your guess probably good as mine. Lucky that I grew up in a home that wanted me to shine. Lucky that I grew up around some mountains we were taught to climb. Without that inspiration, I don't think that this would be my life. Do this for my friends who've scattered all across the country now. I'm out in Sweden walking back through life so I can write it down. Make a living off of sound, so crazy to say out loud. I'm the biggest thing since Travis Rice to come up out the town. Sorry, gotta stunt a little. Used to have my dreams belittled, but it's all a part of it. I know people's minds are fickle, lines between reality and dreams I blur like faded nights. Come up been so good for me, I wish that I could make it twice.
I do this for my father, who I've only seen from time to time in my dreams. I do this for you. I do this for my mother, who's finally clean, no longer a fan. I do this for you. I do this for my sister, my wife and my kids, cause they part of the team. I do this for all the naysayers and haters who made me one of the greatest. I know it kills you inside, that's why I do this for you.
Guys, don't forget, the next track I play is the one that my brother made, and I'll never forget it. So shout out to my little bro for the producing of the track.
Back to Marantz Rantz, plenty good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice.
Oh my god, not here. This year's.
GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. 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 Back to Marantz Rantz, plenty good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice.
Oh my god, not here. This
For all of you guys who've never heard that before. Now you have. Let's go.
Welcome to Marantz Rantz. No advice on finance. Spin the wheel and take a chance. Get an NFT and a little education. The system got undertow. That knowledge is flotation. You wanna learn? Well, you came to right place. You pumping AMC, might get slapped in the face. Get your due diligence. Know who the villain is. Don't be a sheep when the shepherd's carnivorous. So come learn, laugh, and maybe you win big. And listen up, y'all. The wheel is not rigged. Everybody get a chance in the live chat. Kyoto spin wheel, you win just like that. Retail fight back in this retail winning. Y'all just wait, man, this is just the beginning. All fellow simians, GME group singing the truth. We just chilling, infinity pool swimming. So welcome to Marantz Rantz. A lot of knowledge but no advice on finance. Don't even need pants, you can tune in naked like Henry the Mayo Man. Internet's most hated. Don't wanna lose your money, then it's time for you to listen. If you're ignorant, invest in AMC or superstition. The stream about ready, they told us to don't dance. I do what I want. Welcome to Marantz Rantz. 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 Welcome to Marantz Rantz.
That's right, guys. I love that shit. That's the real DMT making the intro track for the show that has been alive for almost 3 years and running right here on YouTube, right there on TikTok. I just want to give a shout out to TikTok right now, guys. My first TikTok check came through. My God, I am so successful. $11. I sent it to Stacks a lot. I showed him what it's all about. And he said, dude, you got to do TikTok shop. I said, man, I ain't doing that shit. What am I going to sell? My own ass? I'm not doing it. Anyway, guys, I just want to say welcome back. Welcome back to Marantz Rantz. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. We're going to talk about a lot tonight. We're going to talk about a lot of things. But the number one thing we're going to talk about right now, and a lot of you guys know this, I doubled down. And if you don't know what that means, I kept going. And it's not that I doubled down completely. It's I double down on the idea of what everyone thinks we have, right? If you guys don't know, this is an ongoing charade on the internet that I started a while back just to troll the crew, troll the meltdowners, and hey, they're melting down. I had Tonko Native make videos about it. I had AMC Mike, right, call me, right? And then we on the flow. He goes, yo, Marantz, is it true you only have 51 shares, bro? You've been making videos for 3 years and all you have is 51 shares. Hey, bro, they're $15 a piece. Okay, and I only have 51. That's $735. I'm not really good at math, but I'm just telling you guys, you really did 735 because they're $14.50 or whatever. But if they were $750, right, $15 a piece. But anyway, so you think I only got that, right? I was like, okay. Well, guess what I did today, guys? I did some real soul searching for a lot of people. I came out here last week and I started telling people like how I was investing and why I was investing behind a story, a narrative. And believe it or not, guys, I do trade to a point. Like I invest into other things, but then I always draw myself back, and I always have over the last 3 years, because what I do is I listen to the show again. And then I listen to more and more. And I say, you know what? What the hell am I doing? I know that investment is a great investment. You want me to give you one? I'll give you proof of it right now. Miniso Group Holdings. I told everybody about this stock 2 months ago. I bought in, I made my 20%, I got out. I saw it go all the way down to $15, and I said, there's no way, guys. It's not a $15 stock. I know the fundamentals are much better than that, and it should be doing a lot better. Guess what it hit today? 18 and some change. And I'm telling you, people don't understand what that means. That means at 10%, that's a 20% increase from where it was last week to this week. 20% is massive, depending on how you swing it, right? But I already knew that the fundamentals of that company are phenomenal. And then I knew the next one. I say, oh, the next turnaround story is this one. You know, CRVS, and I started talking about Peloton and their leadership, and I started talking about, I believe, Rivenin and that. So I'm sitting there this morning with Almo on the phone, 2 a.m., guys. Remember, I work a new shift. I know all you guys are excited about my new hours because now I get to go live every single day. Yes, I am excited about it too. Trust me, I work hard. When I'm done at work, I go get my boy, and then I come home and I'm ready to do it, right? I'm ready to do this for you. I'm ready to give you all the info. And I know the guy tells me Elon's coming for me. Don't worry, I'll take care of Elon Musk when I'm done. But guys, I've been here in front of you telling you all these things, like why I invest, and I read it and I follow it and I do all this. But the truth is this: I love GameStop. I love the fundamentals. I love the opportunity at $14, at $14.50. And I had to excuse myself. I had to step away for a moment and say, you know what? Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to buy anything else but GameStop. I sold everything this morning for a profit. I sold every single share that is not GameStop, with the exception of Costco. Why can't I sell Costco? Because technically it's in my retirement fund that I have now, that I push it towards retirement. I do have some outside of that, but I'm never going to sell Costco, and I'm never going to sell GameStop. I just want to I honestly think I'll never sell, right? Because I was doing the math, and I need like about 32,000 shares for me to feel good about myself. And I was like, yeah, so here's what I'm going to do. Everyone thinks I have 51 shares. All right, I'll buy 51 today, right? So you guys saw the buy orders. I went over $1,000 today. And it makes you wonder, you parked $1,000 of GameStop shares? Like, what are you going to do with that money? Nothing. I just parked it. It's over there. And do I have the money to still live my life? Yeah, I still have the money to live my life. But I've been doing it the right way for a very long time, buying a share a day, guys. $15 a day. Boom. All my credit card debt paid, right? All my liabilities around me paid. And now I come back and I say, you know what, let me splash the pot. That's what I was talking about today. Because I can do things like that. And I just want to be transparent with you guys. So yes, I did spend enough money to buy 72 shares. Therefore, my total shares are now 51. If you don't understand that math, then you don't understand this channel. So I welcome you to it. I'm going to play a clip right now. I'm going to let you watch something, and let's see if you guys understand where this young man's coming from, because it's actually, well, it's educational. Listen. Oh, it's not there. It was plugged in the right part.
We got some dumbass motherfuckers floating around this country.
Yeah, let me stop right there. All right, guys. So if you listen to what he was saying, he basically said that connect the dots is 100% correct. Yeah, George Carlin, rest in peace. You know, he was obviously a man that spoke from the heart, and he understood what we were doing. So what he's telling you there is, yeah, they might tell you they have you by the balls, per se, for the lack of a better term. And the unfortunate part is they don't. Not here. Not with the individuals that watch this show. The individuals that watch this show right here, about 10,000 of us on YouTube. And when you see it that way, you understand how private equity is leveraging publicly traded companies to try to confuse you with headlines and or with similarities to things that you want to invest in. But if you inform yourself, if you communicate, if you come into this realm, if you use the Discord, if you use Twitter, if you use TikTok, if you use YouTube, then maybe you can inform yourself, and we're in a new generation. We're in a new investment world. And I just happen to be one of the blue-collar guys, right? Blue-collar guys where I go to work and I come home and I grind it out and I tell you, hey, this is what I'm doing with my wife tonight. You know, believe it or not, guys, in the middle of the week, I didn't have the time nor the energy to take my wife out for Valentine's Day. And I told her, I said, baby, I'm sorry, but I will take you out this weekend. And I'll take you anywhere you want to go. We're going to do it. So tonight's the night. She's got a red dress. I already brought home flowers. I brought her home her favorite cookies. And I want to show off wifey on the town. That's what I want to do tonight. But before I do that, I got to get my ass in here and I got to show up. I got to show up and do the show. I got to tell you exactly what we need to be listening to, watching for this next week coming up on the stock market, because it is earnings week next week. And for everyone out there that doesn't understand earnings week, I'm going to show you a chart right now and we're going to go over it. So as we go over this chart, we're going to talk about each company on this chart. Okay. Now, as we look at this chart, let me see if I can get it a different way really quick, only because I want it to shrink a little. Better. You know, I'm not really good at this computer thing. All right. Yeah. Sure, Marantz. All right. So on Monday, after close on Monday, I don't see any companies that I care about. I see Blackstone Minerals, but that's not the same as Blackstone Investment. On Tuesday, I see before open Walmart, Home Depot, Barclays is great to look at, and I don't care about the rest. On after close, you see Teladoc, and you see Toll Brothers, which is great for real estate and to gauge the home builders. I believe they're the fourth largest home builder in America, somewhere in that range. But Walmart and Home Depot is huge for me. I pay attention to retail. You guys know I do. You know Home Depot is a huge retail just for home building and refurbishing, and it's gonna tell you what's happening at people's homes. Believe it. It is. Not only are they building new builds and or are they refurbishing their old, maybe Home Depot will put up some big numbers. But hey, it's Christmas. I don't know about you, but a lot of people don't shop at Home Depot for Christmas. I bet people think they do, but they really don't. Walmart, well, let's just see what the monster does, right? So that's on Tuesday. And then we'll go ahead, and that's going to be the 20th on Tuesday. The 21st, which is Wednesday, that's the day everyone's looking for. That's going to be Rivening. And I know, I just got asked in the chat, Marantz, did you sell out of your Rivening? Stacks, I was up about 4% on my position, 3%, somewhere in that range. And yeah, I got out only because, in good conscience, I know the investment. I believe in the investment. I really do. But I'm GameStop. I'm GameStop, guys. I can't be anything else. I tried. I can't even sleep at night when I'm holding a different security. I can't go in there and be like, you know what? I want to see that run, that run, that run. Because in my heart, I'm just like, it's wasted capital. Everybody always tells me about, opportunity cost. If you guys don't know this phrase, if you guys are like new to investing, opportunity cost means that you're in something waiting for it to happen and you're missing out on all the other opportunities. And that's costing you money that you could have made. I had to go through this with a very good friend of mine on investing on GameStop. He was already in for about $300,000. And he's like, hey, I'm in for 300 grand, which I'm like, okay. So are we going to hang on? Are we going to improve? What are we going to do? He's like, I can't, because I need to make that money. I need to let that money make me money on this market. And I was just like, look, I'm like, go to work, get a job, stop living off the land, stop living off the government. Like, go do something. And they couldn't get out of it because they were only investing in GameStop for a squeeze. And I had to go over and be like, you realize this is a turnaround. You realize this is a pivot. It's going to take time. Might take you 3 to 5 years to see some type of, some type of improvement. But look where we're at. We're at year 3. But in reality, we're at, day 142, day 143 of Ryan Cohen being in there. I think it's day 143. That just happens to stand for I love you, if you guys don't know. So that's my problem that I have when people are looking at these companies that we're trying to invest in. It's hard for me to get outside of what GameStop is. I just can't. I can't go to NVIDIA. I know NVIDIA just got a price target, guys, of $1,200 a share. And it's like people just pick numbers out of thin air. They just go like this, oh, yeah, that looks like a good number. Because if they're at $800 right now, $700, and their market cap's $1.8 trillion, you mean to tell me they're going to be a $3 trillion company, 2.5? They're going to be the next Apple? They're going to be the next Microsoft? I love NVIDIA with the rest of them. My graphics card's NVIDIA. And I understand what AI is, but you're overvaluing what that market is or what this industry is. And I've seen this before. They're going to call this the AI bubble. They're going to call it that, guys, because when it pops, like the .com bubble popped and like the housing crisis bubble popped in 2009, it's going to be catastrophic. And maybe you need to have something that they've been hedging their short position with versus that long, that is AI stocks. Because what if somebody knows how to do it for less? What if somebody knows how to produce it for a better AI than what they're doing? So that's why you got to look around the semiconductor companies, and you got to look at these. I would tell you even EV vehicle companies, right, that are trying to get to the next level and trying to change the way the world works. Hey, you can tell me you're the next anything. The infrastructure is not built for that. You know how long it took to get rid of railroads? 100 years. I mean, you went from horses to railroads to cars. Hundreds of years. So now you're looking at cars and you're trying to tell me you're going to get rid of, automotive, gas guzzling vehicles. I just don't see it. So the same thing with AI. I don't know how AI is going to be mass adopted, how it's not going to be regulated, because you think it's going to take over the employment field. Well, then what are you going to do? You're just going to hire a bunch of computers and you think that's going to be beneficial to who? To people? People will not be able to afford whatever those computers are working for because people won't have jobs. So it's counterintuitive to a point, and or someone needs to regulate what they see. But hey, maybe I'm just crazy. But the last I checked, people are willing to go into AI because they feel it's going to save them money. And I'm talking about owners of companies and businesses. You'll figure it out, guys, but someone's going to do it for less. Someone's going to do it for cheap. And these overvaluations are going to get sucked down. I'm just letting you know. You know what I used to pay for a plasma TV? $5,000, $4,000. I'll never forget it. I bought a big ass plasma TV for $2,000 at Best Buy. That thing got so hot and it was massive and it was heavy and it was beautiful. Guess what happened? Korea found out how to make it better. An LCD, lighter, You can hang it on a wall. You don't need a heavy ass mount, and you can ship them out by $300 a piece for a 65 inch, $400 a piece, 75 inch, $600 a piece, 85 inch, $1,000. They found out how to do it for less and better. Go look at the next one that comes out. I'm just letting you know, whatever you think is on the cusp of something new, maybe somebody finds out how to do it better and for less. I'll just tell you layer 2. NFTs, if you guys don't know the difference. Another thing, Wingstop's coming out. I don't care about them. Etsy, I don't care. I know they're pushing out Etsy in front of you. I will not pay attention. Lucid, wow, I think they're terrible, and I hope they are. So Lucid and Rivian on the same day. Marathon Oil, guys, that's Wall Street. That's lobbying. Marathon Oil. That Wednesday is going to be hell. HSBC, let's see if they're upside down on some GameStop stock. Come on over to Block, I guess, aftermarket. Carvana, I can't wait for this day. Thursday? Oh, man, and I got to work that day. But that's after the market, and I'll be here live. Guys, Carvana. I want to be here. If you have puts on Carvana, I want to be here when that shit prints, baby. Woo! People are buying cars for Christmas? Used cars? They're financing them at these rates? Nah. We'll find out, Carvana. Now, listen, Carvana, they boast about this, having the largest margin of profit per vehicle sold. Let me tell you what that tells the consumer, that they're overpriced and that you won't be buying them. You have to be able to show that you make minimal profits. It's one of those things like a Costco business strategy where you're like, you know what? I sell at cost and I make my money elsewhere, i.e. on the membership. In automobiles, a lot of people sell the car at cost and they make their money on the maintenance, on the backside of it, and or on the deal itself, warranties and everything else. So there's no way. There's no way. Carvana, I'm going to get ready to laugh. I know guys in the chat love Carvana, and for the right reasons. And I mean the wrong reasons. Nokia, don't care about that car thing. Fiverr. I know somebody tried to tell me Fiverr was a good stock this year to buy. I went and looked at the chart. I wasn't impressed. I don't think they have enough usership. I have Fiverr. I've used Fiverr before for the channel. An artist on Fiverr created the logo for the channel. So if you and I paid him like $40. So you can go to Fiverr and you can hire anyone to edit videos, make content, art, whatever. You're paying an artist to do their thing. And that's pretty good. I mean, they have engineers and stuff, but it's an awesome app. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's like profitable per se like that. It's weird. Wayfair, gone. Wayfair is going to be trash on the earnings. I'm so excited for Thursday. I want to see Wayfair and Carvana. I want to see them hit the floor, babe. You know, like that damn Drowning Pool song. Let the bodies hit the floor. Like straight up. Floor. Yeah, and I don't even care. Lamar Advertising. Wow. Yeah. I got offered a job by them long time ago. Warner Brothers Discovery. Let's see what they do. And this is all Friday, and I don't care about the rest of them, right? No, not really. So Frontier. Is that gray? Is that the gray television thing that we did the other day? GTN? I'll have to check them out. That is GTN. So Gray Television is coming out on Friday, maybe before open. Yeah, after close Carvana. I'm so excited about Rivian, NVIDIA, not really. Like, who am I really excited about in this whole thing? NVIDIA, Rivian, and Carvana. Dude, guys, get me in. I want to see it all happen. So that's next week. Yeah. So I hope you guys pay attention. It's going to be a short week, by the way. You know the market's going to be closed on Monday. So I'll go ahead and read the chat, guys. I'm going to catch up with you guys. If you guys have any questions, I've also been reading TikTok chat. TikTok had some questions for me. It said, Marantz, Elon Musk is coming for you. Yeah, you know, it's unfortunate. I'm not really into the male porn scene, but I'm not scared of him either. So there you go. Marantz, who's your top 3 going into the 2024 college football season? College football season, the top 3 that I have going in, I'm going to go with, I'm a big fan of San Diego State. I like Fresno State and one more state school. Give me Texas State. There you go. Those are my 3 schools that are going to be the 1, 2, and 3 in the country, man. There. Is that, how ridiculous does that sound? I can't be any worse than Rico knows. Okay. He got them all wrong. How the hell am I going to get them wrong? You know, then now we have something in common. We're both wrong. There you go. Anyway, back to the chat, back to the channel. Appreciate you guys so much. Thank you, Jesus, for the Marantz show, Marantz Rantz show. Thank you, Willie, because the show would not be possible without you. Can we just give a shout out to Willie Bobo? This show would not even exist today without him. And, he got lucky one night, and that's how it all happened. So I'm just saying, Big Willie's up in the house. If you guys don't know, that's my father. So shout out to my pops, man. And miss him. Pops, I'm working 2 a.m., man. Let me tell you how my day goes. So I wake up, Almo calls me at 2 a.m. every morning to wake my ass up because my alarm goes off at 2:30, but I'm so crazy about waking up on time and being to work on time and not being late. Because if I'm late to the building, everyone's late. Can you imagine explaining that to anyone? Like, why were all 80 employees late this morning? Because the manager slept in and he didn't make it to the building in time to open up. Yeah, I can't do that. So Almo's been helping me out with that. I had to change my biology, my clock, because I have been closing for 3 years. I've been staying up late and waking up, whatever, sleeping 3 hours. Now I only sleep like 2 to 3 hours still because I go to bed like at night. You guys know I was live last night till like 9, almost 10 o'clock. And then I was up at 2. So I literally only slept 4 hours. I'm still up right now. I think I took a power nap when I went to go pick up my son from school. I was in the truck and I just blinked and then he was out. And I was like, oh, hey, what's up, man? I'm here. But I get really excited, guys. I get excited when I go live. I get excited when I hear songs. And I get excited when the wife comes home because she came home and I was like, yo, mama, we're going out. She's like, well, hurry up and do your show so we can go. I'm like, oh, that's a team player right there. Anyway, shout out to Amazon. I ordered this pop filter thing and it came for free. I didn't pay for it at all. I don't know why I always get free stuff from Amazon when I order. They can't be making money off this shit. I don't have an account. I don't have anything. I just go there and it says, you have credit. And I was like, how? I don't know who's loading up my Amazon credit card, but sure, I don't have anything. Yo, I thought you weren't going live tonight. Yeah, Brian, whenever I say I'm not going live, prepare yourself. I'm clearing out the deck for the people that don't expect me to come. And, so everyone else thinks I'm gone. So tomorrow when they wake up, they're going to be like, yo, Marantz was live last night? I got to catch it. So yeah, like last night, we had 1,400 people watch the show. I know to a lot of people, other YouTubers that are bigger and they have bigger content and everything they're doing, that's fine. Try getting 1,400 people to watch a show about the stock market. It's almost impossible. And not being naive like these other guys who are just being delirious and lying. A lot of people like to watch liars. It blows my mind. But I've found a way to give out the truth and still get people to watch. That's the hardest part. You ever thought about telling the truth and how hard it is for people to watch? Impossible. I could lie to you guys. Be like, oh my God, this stock is amazing. And I just name one, it doesn't matter. I'm going to buy. And they always claim they're buying stuff and they never put their buy orders in. They never show you their position. They never show you like how many shares they buy or what they do. I literally put in, guys, I'm telling you right now, and I know you guys watch the channel, you guys watch the show, the Discord is completely free. For this channel, the Discord's completely free, and it always will be. Nothing is behind a paid wall. Like, there's no content that you're going to get if you pay for the channel, if you're a member. And I know we have so many members, but the members that are part of this channel aren't paying for exclusive content. They actually pay a membership fee just to support the show, right? Just to support me, the energy I give, whatever I'm doing. That's just the dream I have about being a YouTuber. Like, I want to do this full time, and maybe YouTube will say, you know what, he's got a following, he has this. And maybe it all works out one day. Maybe it doesn't. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. So I keep going back to work. But crazy part is I go live and I'm like, all right, I'm here. Here's the show. Here's the energy. Here's the info. And I was being told that like these guys are putting on shows and they're just like, hey man, here's what's going on. I know this stock disappeared and it's gone and evaporated, but it's coming back. I'm like, yo, what do you believe in? Like these guys believe in fairy tales, fairies, unicorns, you're going to have to see all that. The leprechauns, I don't even know, Easter bunny. And I'm sorry, shout out to Easter bunny and leprechauns and stuff. You guys believe in that stuff. That's cool. I'm not hating on you. I'm just saying it ain't me. But anyway, I just want to say, I don't even know where I was going with any of that. I'm blown away sometimes when I see stuff. So I just keep doing the show the way I do the show, and I'll do my best. And if it's not good enough for people to watch, then, whatever, I'll lose steam. But I don't think we're losing steam. We do pretty well. I told Alma, I said, we haven't had a live stream and 1,000 people not show up in a long time. And right now, Vinny was just saying, he goes, man, I was catching up on Marantz's live stream and he's going live again. I'm like, bro, you're going to have to play catch up all weekend because I literally am never going to stop. This show has been going on for 3 years. I'm never going to stop. I've got people who come into this show like Amber and like another guy named Alan, and they watch every episode And they're like, yo, I'm still trying to catch up from 2 years ago. And they'll find stuff, man. They'll be like, yo, did you say that you said this 2 years ago? I was like, yeah, I did. I know. I said Adam Aron's a snake and AMC's a terrible investment and it's never going to amount to anything because it's dilution, it's private equity, yeah, I said all that. Yep. Connect the dots. Can you imagine? We've been doing connect the dot videos for over a year, guys. I know people don't even know what connect the dots is. You go type in connect the dots and type in Marantz Rantz on YouTube and you might just be the smartest investor in your family just by watching those. There's nothing that you can do. I just showed you earnings. Think about this. Everyone in this chat knows the earnings that are coming out and you go, Wayfair, I would never buy it. You know who's in it. You know the private equity angles. You know not to touch Carvana. I know who's in it. You would never buy it. But yet your family will come over and be like this, Carvana, oh my God, that looks so good. I see the arcade machines. Yeah, and they drop the cars down. I think that's pretty cool. We could buy a car online and they deliver it to the house. That's so awesome. Really? Woo. Go buy it. See how it works out for you. I can't wait till earnings gets announced to Carvana. Guys, I'm going to stand on it. I'm going to stand on this box over here. I told you, and tell me if I'm right, because if you have a put position on Carvana, thank God, bless your soul right now. If you were to listen to Connect the Dots and buy puts for everything I name, you would be a millionaire. I'm telling you, you would be a millionaire, but I don't give a financial advice, right? So Carvana is going to lose $200 million this quarter. I don't know anything about the company. I don't know anything about the stock. I don't know anything about anything, apparently. Marantz, you don't know anything. You get it all wrong. Okay. I've gotten everything right. But let's talk about it. 200. Guys, quote me. It's on Thursday. Thursday next week. I'll be here. $200 million they're going to lose. I guarantee it. $200 million. Marantz, they only lost $191 million. You were wrong. Yeah. But their executives made millions. Right? The board of directors got paid millions. They diluted those shares from $300 a share all the way down to $3 a share. $6 a share. You think I'm wrong? 99.9% of that equity is gone, sucked out of the stock on a pump and dump. No buy button removed. No bullshit. No faulty headlines. No do not buy this stock. 5 stocks you must sell. Carvana's trash. Sell it now. None of that. Just straight pump and dump like they're on a toilet. And you're going to tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. Shout out to you guys. Man, I may be so happy when I see your notifications. I love this channel. Well, thank you. T sent me roses. Appreciate you, man. Over there on TikTok, guys. Getting a lot of support. It's funny because I had a friend get a car from Carvana and the engine light turned on the next day. Oh. When will they dump NVIDIA? You know, I don't know when they're going to dump NVIDIA, but they've been pumping it for a long time. And the multiples don't make sense. And the rationale doesn't make sense. And so when earnings come out, I think no matter what the number is, they have to reevaluate the value, the actual multiple that they're gauging this price on. Because I don't care how many profits they show you on NVIDIA, it doesn't warrant a $1.8 trillion market cap. It just doesn't. It's not the 3rd largest company in the world or the 4th largest company in the world. You know, it's not that. And they're trying to tell you it is. And that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. There's a reason why people are selling Microsoft right now. And I'm talking about the mega investors, like the upper echelon investors. They're selling Microsoft right now. And Microsoft's huge on AI. And they're the number 1 company in the world because they broke $3.2 trillion market cap. And everyone's saying, oh my God, how did you get to $400 on Microsoft like that? On this economy, on this employment, you just announced you're laying off your whole gaming section. How the hell does your price go up? Activision is getting sued. How the hell does it go up? Like, that's crazy to me. Crazy how they're pumping Mag 7. But you got to pump the Mag 7 to control the SPY, to control the ETF. That is leveraging against GameStop. GameStop's not in the S&P 500. So if you're going to leverage it and you're going to swap against it, well, you're in good hands. But don't let GameStop get into the S&P 500 because now you're going to have to short the S&P 500 while you short GameStop while you go long in the same thing. Now what can you do? Hey, the best way to keep your eye on your enemy is to be their best friend. You see how it all works. I guess that's what a lot of people did in this chat, in this channel over the years. Come in trying to be buddy with me. I didn't have it. Is it a buy? Not for me. Nvidia's not a buy for me. It's too high. It's too high. The multiples are too high, and it's just too. This market's inflated. I can't buy the top. Nothing in the top 20 stocks in the world I can't buy. There's not a single one that I can buy and tell you there won't be a retraction all the way down. Do you remember Netflix? Netflix was $700 a share. Everybody was Googling, their eyes were Google Gaga, right? And can we talk to, I don't know what that was, but anyway. So their eyes were all wide for Netflix. Netflix comes out with a couple of bad quarters of growth. Boom. All the way down to $100 a share. From 700 to 100. And you got to ask yourself, like, how do you justify these market caps? How do you justify 700? Now you take it all the way down to 100, and you're going to tell me in the same sentence that that's what the company's worth over a 3-month period? That's what happened to it in 2022. And now it's back up to 600, 500, almost 600. No. The market caps don't make sense. But all they're going to do is leverage those long positions to offset their short positions. This stock market was supposed to crash in 2020. I'm sorry to tell the world this, but when a pandemic, what some would call a plandemic, when that happens to the world, you're supposed to go under. It's supposed to be the Dust Bowl. It's supposed to be the Great Depression. But the guys at the top didn't want to lose. The guys at the top didn't want to lose because they saw it as an opportunity to short every single stock on the market that was retail, that was attended by people knowing that people weren't going to exist at these places. So industries, category killers, took the hit on the chin. And what they did was they shorted at the top of all of these companies. I don't care if it's GameStop. I don't care if it's AMC. I don't care if it's Rocket Mortgage. There's just a Peloton, right? There's all these companies that they shorted at the top and they took it all the way down, took all the equity with it. And the unfortunate part is they did it to a couple of companies that are not going to go bankrupt. And those are the ones where they lost. And those are the ones where they miscalculated. And it just happens to be GameStop, right? But how do you offset that? The Fed printed $6 trillion, right? And I would tell you how you print money. It's not necessarily print. It's how the Fed allows banks to leverage off those assets that are bought, the securities, the treasuries, and the T-bills. So the way that all works out from the Fed to the banks and how that money's given to you via a stimulus check, right away you start stimulating things, right? You start buying things that you don't need. Well, guess what happens, guys? That market churns. People start getting more money. And as they get more money, people, this is crazy. This is what I heard just last week. They're like, oh, as the COVID money dissipates and goes away now from spending. And I'm like, what are you talking about? That COVID money churned through retail investors. It went cyclical. It went right through us within 6 months, 2 months. But remember where it settles. It doesn't settle at the bottom. It settles at the top. So when you give everybody money, they're going to go buy things. So you saw the influx of demand. So everyone right away says, oh, COVID, it's supply chain issues because no one's working in factories. No, it's not that. It's that everybody had free money to go buy stuff. Now you have to go make stuff to replace the stuff that people bought. You literally gave them a free ticket to buy the whole shelf. And then what they did, they went and made bets that those companies couldn't sustain that level of business. Of course they couldn't. Of course you couldn't. That's why do you think Bed Bath & Beyond did everything wrong from 2020 to then? Sold their assets, leased them back, went ahead and dumped down on inventory, and the company's completely gone. And those guys pocketed $3 billion, $4 billion, $5 billion. Not to mention who's making money off the market. That's another story. But I'm just talking about business for business, fund for fund. Private equity has increased their billionaires tenfold over the last 15 years where everything's Covey light, right? So we talked about this before. And I'm just telling you guys all this stuff because you're coming to this moment in time where Coke Zero. You're coming to this moment in time where people are about to really feel the heat of what COVID was and what it should have been. When you shut down the world has to pay for that. You think you got free money? All these people claiming they wouldn't vote for someone unless they got an additional check. Go look at the state of Georgia. But I'll tell you what, you can win an election in 2020. You can rig it, you can buy it. I don't care. That's not the point. The point is you're coming to 2024. Now pay attention. Instead of pumping the market like they have and allowing these interest rates to go the fastest and the highest they've ever done in history in that short period of time, they're not going to drop them until election time. They're not going to drop them until you remember that these guys are the ones that gave you relief. Oh man, it's been a hard 3 years, but you know what? Right now, when it's time to vote, I'm going to go ahead and give these guys cheaper gas prices. And the service station is going to see the influx, right? And the oil prices per barrel is going to come on down. What's that going to do? What does that trigger for you? Triggers more cash in your pocket. So therefore, you feel good about yourself. The anxiety's gone. You don't feel so bad. And you say, you know what? It wasn't that bad. We just got through the toughest time. No. Whoever goes into office in America is about to lose. I don't care if it's Republican or Democrat. You know, No Name Carly on here said, George Carlin is the only guy that I can watch and that leans right that I respect. And I was like, well, what about me? You don't respect me? I lean right? It's only because of the two options I have. But I'll tell you something. No one's going to win. Everyone's going to lose. The socially elite, the top tier, the 1% of the 1%ers don't want to quit. They don't want to share. And the thing that everyone has to remember is they're baby boomers. They're all at the ripe old age of infinity, meaning they never want to die. They want to live in bunkers, right? They want to be frozen. They want to pass off their companies to their children and do the same rhyme and reason. But guess what? People are awake. You can't do this in silence. Ivan Boesky, Mike Milken, you think you're going to get away with it even longer? Yeah, you taught people how to do it. You guys see this interview I did yesterday where I was showing you the lecture at Wharton School of Business, how to short a stock, how to short a company, how to do it via ETFs, and how to get through. Like, it doesn't matter. They're teaching each other the game. This is why they have these summits. The Distressed Credit Investors Summit is right here in Indian Wells at the Renaissance Esmeralda Hotel every year. And who's there? The Koch brothers, KKR, Bain and Company, Apollo, Ares, Pegasus. I feel like Greek gods are around me. That's why they name themselves Greek gods, guys. They literally think they are that. They think they're untouchable. Because like Greek gods, you can see it. You can feel it. You can see the sun. You can see the water. You can see the night. You can see the day. But I'll tell you what, you can see the billionaires. You can see the leverage they have, the power they have, the lobbying they have, and they're not afraid of it. And who goes right along? Go look at your congressman. How the hell do they make $250,000 a year and they're worth hundreds of millions? I could go give you $100,000 a year. I can give you $200,000 a year. You're not going to make $100 million in your lifetime. You're just not. I don't care. You're not going to be the best investor of your lifetime, but everyone on Congress is. And how is this not frowned upon? Term limits. How is this not frowned upon? No, it's business. It's how they do business. It's the lobbyists come in and they go, hey, you know what? We have 4 people on your board of directors. We're all going to vote the right way. That's the way it's going to go down. Tell me how the head of the SEC always gets a job at a hedge fund after he gets out of it. How is it that the head of the SEC actually has worked for private equity before he gets the job? I'm not joking. Drexel Burnham Lambert hired 2 heads of the SEC, right? Citadel, same deal. You had, where is Jerome Powell from? He's the head of the Fed. And where's he from, guys? Carlyle Group. Like, Bernanke, where's he from? The same, like, they're all the same thing. It's all the same cloth. This is why you can't enforce rules upon Citadel, upon Bain and Apollo and Point 72. You can't put rules on them because the guys enforcing the rules, Gary Gensler himself, is going to go work for them after he gets out of the SEC. Go watch The Big Short again. Go watch The Big Short. And the most important part of that movie is when they go to Vegas and they meet with his friend, the cousin or whoever she is, at the pool. And he goes, hey, who are you here with? She's like, oh, no, I'm here to meet a whole bunch of people from Goldman. And he's like, what do you mean? She's, yeah, I'm looking for a job. I'm shopping my resume. But isn't that like a conflict of interest? You're at the SEC. Grow up. Boom. That's a scene in the movie for a reason, because it's really happening. You can't press these charges. You can't do it. And the guys who made a deal with the devil a long time ago, the David Solomons, the Mike Milkins, Taryn Pizer, I'm naming those guys that have manipulated markets for 40 years. That have been caught red-handed. Steve Cohen caught red-handed with his hand in the jar. And what do they say? Pay us $1 billion and you won't go to prison. Give up someone else. Give us their name. And what happens? Rudy Giuliani comes in. He builds a resume. He presses charges. 20 years later, Rudy Giuliani's in that same office petitioning for a pardon for the same guy he just prosecuted. This is all a true story. This is where I found out that all the things I never thought I would ever study in my life. Guys, I'm telling you right now, I am a sport junkie. Look at my brother. I am a sport junkie. I know so many stats, so much bullshit. I could come on here and be a totally different TikToker and YouTuber. I could talk about sports, have a take, be funny. You'll see it everywhere. You'll be like, holy hell, he's hilarious. Oh yeah? You thought you were going to win the Super Bowl? How are you ever going to win the Super Bowl? San Fran, you just gave the greatest quarterback that's playing today, Patrick Mahomes, 4 downs to do what he does. 4 downs. You know why? Because you didn't defer. If you would have deferred, he gets the ball first. He only gets 3 downs to do what he does. Does it make sense yet? Is the logic there? There's so much more about sports that I know that I would be willing to put onto a show and do, but I don't. I don't, because I'm not that. I want to learn more about life. I want to learn more about my investments, about the way I carry myself and what I'm going to leave to my children. You know what? I could leave my children starter jackets. I could leave them signed footballs. Where's my signed football? Is it here still? I don't even know where my football is. Watch this. I have football somewhere around here signed by every damn Dallas Cowboy. I don't even know where it is. That's how much I don't care about sports. I got signed by everybody. I go to training camps every year. I used to be sports. All my money, I would save up all my money just to go to a Kobe game. I want to go see Kobe, man. And yes, God rest his soul. Kobe. I would do everything I could to entertain myself, to get numb from what this world is. I would play WoW all day and video games. I didn't want to talk to bill collectors. I didn't want to know why I couldn't afford things, why my credit wasn't where it needed to be, why my 401k wasn't growing the way it should, why my money isn't growing for me. Nah, it was just like, man, I'm here to party. Let's have a good time for a long time, whatever we got, babe. What are we going to do this weekend? Go out dancing? Look at me now. I thank GameStop every day. I thank GameStop every day because, yeah, I started making more money as I got older, sure. But I took the time to educate myself on the market itself. And that in turn led me to meet some really great people right here on this channel. And that told me I needed to study more so I can have a conversation, that I knew what I was talking about. I want to be here in front of you. I want to be a YouTuber. I want to put out info. Great. I better know what the hell I'm talking about, because you can't fake this. You can't hit record and fake it. You get exposed in an instant. You become ant trades. You become PP seeds. You become Jackson Hunter, or you become what we are, really informed investors. Connect the dots is real, guys. And it absolutely is 100%. I taught myself, yes, I get that. But I'm in here clipping and putting out. And if you guys have not, and not putting out for you, ladies, no, but if you guys have not seen Connect the Dots, it's a series on YouTube, Marantz Rantz, Connect the Dots. Watch 5 episodes. That's all I'm asking. Watch 5. If 5 episodes are not worth your time, then you don't respect your money and you don't respect what's coming your way. your world can change. And you don't have to buy GameStop. It has nothing to do with buying GameStop. I hope people know that. You will get educated about why I buy GameStop, but at least educate yourself on how it happened. Like how this world happened. Go watch Connect the Dots Part 17. You watch that one episode and then come and tell me that I'm wrong about AMC, Bed Bath & Beyond, Mullen Automotive, Carvana, Kohl's. I don't care what you name. That episode right there will just open up Pandora's box for you. And then you can enjoy the show. And then you can see why we are the way we are. But let me keep going with the chat in the channel, guys. I really appreciate everyone here. You guys know that. You guys have been watching for a very long time. 3 years. Oh, we're doing it. What's your net worth? Andrew, that's a great question. I don't know. I didn't do the math. I don't know if I should include my wife's worth within there, but yeah, I would tell you 7 figures. I would tell you 7. It's either 7 or really close to 7. I really haven't broken it down, but I mean, you got to think I do pretty well for myself, and make more money than the normal guy, but I don't flash it that way. And well, my GameStop, keeps increasing, so I do okay there. I have a lot of Costco stock, and I do enough. So living in California, you have to have some money at your disposal if you want to live. And my wife and I refuse to move, so we managed to live the way we do. But if I had to liquidate down and sell it all and walk the hell out of here, yeah, I'd be all right. I can make it. But yeah, I don't think that my net worth is really going to change anyone's decision on what they do with their investments. But cool, man. And thanks for the follow, by the way. Bro, did you see Roku? I have not seen Roku. I'm a fan of Roku. I like Roku. It's actually installed in every single TV in my home. But I think Roku pairing up with TCL, with Hisense, was one of the best things they ever did. And those are 2 TV makers from China. And it helps the fact that they are embedded with Roku. So like you're buying a TV, a 55-inch TV. Roku already costs you $60, $70, $80. Yet you can take that, subtract that away from the TV. So what are you really getting from the core product of the TV? You're getting a TV for like $150. Like honestly, like a 55-inch TV probably costs you $260, and take away you're getting it for $180. So I thought that was a great deal for Roku and what they did there. So the government is not looking out for the people. Wake up, people. Yeah, I mean, have they ever? I don't understand that. This is too much, man. Unc, happy Friday. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's going to be great tonight. We're going out. I told my wife I'd take her to Mastro's, and then she said, I don't want to do that. So then she wanted to go out some other stuff. I think she wants to go on the ritzy part of town. You guys can Google it. It's called El Paseo in Palm Desert, California, near Indian Wells, where everyone lives. I don't care if you're Jim Senegal, if you're Bill Gates, if you're somebody, you have a house out here. And I try not to hang out on that side of town because I'll be broke. But, I'm celebrating my wife and just want to show her a good night tonight. So we'll figure it out. I was going to take her to Disneyland in the morning. So my plan was to get her up early, get her in a hoodie. Let's just go be comfortable and let's just go to Disneyland. Just her and I. F them kids, right? I let the kids stay. And then she's like, nah, baby, I got tickets to go watch the Bob Marley movie. And I was like, okay, I'd rather do that for $20. But I was just trying to do the right thing for her. What's good, people? Marantz, how the new role? Josh B, the new job is great. I mean, I have great people that I work with, and it's not a new job, but yeah, a new role. And I'm still learning like the whole what it encompasses and stuff. But it's good. I have to learn these new roles if I want to get my own building. So that's the best part. That's the best part for me. I feel like I'm learning things, but I couldn't be more ecstatic. The fact that I get to wake up early. Sure, I already wake up early, right? I'm a military guy. Wake up early. I get to go pick up my son, and then I get to still do the show and still do things at night with my wife and the kids. I mean, it's honestly, I sacrificed 3 years of closing every night and never being around them, and always being live in the early morning time frame, at 9 a.m. And I know a lot of people got used to those time slots, but get used to this time slot right now because this is where I'm going to be going live around this time every night. Yo, guys, nearly bedtime for me, but I'm going to stay up for this feed. I'll stick around for a bit. Thank you, Gig. I really appreciate that. What's up? Here we go. Mo asked next week. BCG sucks. Yeah, Derek J. Hey, I saw your text, Jay. Derek J. I saw your tweet, and shout out to you because Derek J. was upset the fact that new game token is using all the GameStop images. I mean, they're making merch. They're doing it. It's crazy, man. I don't know what GameStop can do. I don't know what Ryan Cohen can do as far as trademark infringement And I think they need to get it stopped because they literally are doing like, I'll give you this example. And I know it was posted in the Discord. And you guys can see it. You know what? Let me go grab it really quick while I'm here because it was crazy. And it was in the GME channel. They're using the images of GameStop, the store, with the headline for the token. And they're doing it on purpose. These damn heathens. I don't know. I'm ready to fight them, bros. Let me see where it's at though. I'm trying to look for it right now, and then I'll post it up there in the chat really quick. No. Is it that one? Yeah, it's right there. So this one, let me move it this way. Okay, cool. So let me go there, and then let me go here. Let me go here. Boom. Okay. So this right here is going to show you Solana's GameStop meme coin plummets 70%, but GME isn't dead yet. And they're talking about the coin. They're not talking about GameStop, the company. Okay. And look at what they do. GameStop GME on Solana continues its roller coaster ride, shredding enormous value before rebounding Thursday. But look at the picture they put. They put a picture of a GameStop store saying closing, this location only, GameStop, blah, 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 store closing. That's what they do with the headline. So they put a picture of the store and then they talk about the coin. They are not two in the same. So they know that. They know what they're doing. This is the PSYOP. This is what tells me I'm in the right investment, right? So thank you, Dre, for following the chat, following the channel. I appreciate you over there on TikTok. Anyway, I feel like it's redundant to a point, but it's expected. I'll put it that way. I expect this PSYOP to happen. I expect them to do this where they use a coin to manipulate you. You know, crypto's already this rug and pull, unregulated area. So why not? Why not do it that way? Because you know how long they did it for the stock side of it. So yeah, I'm not a fan, and I hate it every time. Vinny says, every time I watch a stream, I miss Marantz's starts, another live stream. So that's cool. You're here now, and that's awesome. Love this song. Yeah, I haven't heard or watched a full stream in weeks. Vinny, feel free to watch all the streams, right? Like go back to the ones this week. I've been live streaming every day, so it's hard to keep up with the chat and the channel and everything. You can jump in at anywhere and any time. I had some friends tell me today, they're like, hey man, I was watching your show. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And she's like, I had no idea what you were talking about. I was like, oh, well, that's typical. Like a lot of people don't know. And she's like, yeah, I didn't know where to start. I go, don't. Just go in there and watch again and again and again and again. And eventually you'll catch on. It's like anything else. You know, you probably weren't good at Fortnite the first time you ever picked it up, but you kept dropping in, didn't you? There you go. Damn, I never heard this. Oh, you're talking about the song from my brother? Yeah, so my brother is a producer of music, my youngest brother. He makes a lot of tracks, he does his thing. So I had him come over one night, like 3 years ago, and I told him, hey man, can you make a song? And can you make a track for me? And he went ahead and laid it down, and he clipped it, edited, he did everything right there on the spot. And that's the track he made for me and the channel. At the time, that was my theme song for the channel until DMT goes, hey man, I'm gonna make you a track. And I was like, okay. And he just started rapping and went crazy. Welcome to Marantz Rantz. I mean, it's amazing. I don't even know how all this happened for the channel. You know, to get to where we are today is phenomenal. Like, it's crazy, man. The butterfly effect that happened, the ripple effect is pretty awesome. Gonna go grab some whiskey shots. I invited my parents to the stream tonight. That's so cool, Edward. Hopefully your parents get a lot of information, a whole lot of motivation, a little bit of stimulation. No, I'm joking. But no, shout out to your folks, man. They'll learn a lot, I hope. My BCC bro, Vinny. Yeah, you guys are all buying the same stock. Not me so much. Happy Friday, all. Glad I caught a live stream tonight. Pretty for you. I really appreciate that. We're all ready for the earnings. Yeah, I am ready for the earnings, guys. I have my helmet. I have my helmet ready to go. You guys know I'll be full battle rattle. I'll be in a suit. I'll be in a helmet. And I'm not talking about a spacesuit. I'll be in a tux. I'll be in a nice suit. And I'm here for the announcement. And I'm here for the water break. No. But hey guys, if you guys don't know the water break, that's an inside story there, inside joke. But yeah, first time listening. This is fire. Oh, thank you so much. But yeah, this one is dope though. I forgot your brother made it. Yeah, Stack. Stack's been around my show for 3 years, so yeah, he knows. And there it is. Yeah, gotta love them ads. Oh, funny spider. I'm so sorry, babe. Will you please, Funny Spider? Will you please get YouTube Premium? I still get a portion of your YouTube Premium viewing, and so at least it'll go to a good cause, bro. Better than the ads, I guess. But no, the ads pay. I don't know how it all works out. I just know that they tell me they want a partner and they want to do this. And do you want these type of ads? I'm like, do whatever you guys want to do. That's the way it works. Blocks a lot of your face. Yeah, I was realizing that. I'm still trying. Okay, I'm still playing with it. Okay, I'm still playing with the microphone, and the fact that it blocks my face is probably a good thing because we all know I got a face made for radio. But I'm still working on it. Seriously, ad in the middle of the theme song. That's terrible, YouTube. Put some respect on that song. Thank you, Michael Vanetti. Can only stay for a little bit. Watching with my little man. Can you please give him a shout out? His name is Christian. Christian, when your mother plays this back for you, I just want to tell you something, okay, Christian? And I know you're going to be around for a long time, right? Mom's doing a great job with you. But your mother is a very smart woman. And in a couple of years from now, you're going to figure out just how smart. And you're going to be watching this show and you're going to remember it forever for the rest of your life. But your mom has really educated herself on the stock market, on how to invest and what to do next. So maybe it helps out in a lot of aspects, other than just investing. But I would just tell you, Christian, you're a lucky man. You're a lucky man, and I hope you do well in life, young man. So keep it going, Christian. Do your homework, brush your teeth, and do the right thing when no one's watching. That's called integrity. That's all that matters. Great tunes. Love the 80s. Thank you. Me too. Marantz, GME forever. Yes, Eduardo, it is forever. I hope. That check was balling. Yeah. Yeah, you guys have no idea right now. my check from TikTok, yeah, $11. Get at me, guys. I made $11 after being live on TikTok for 2 years now. I don't even know. Actually, it would be kind of fun to annoy the meltdowners. I'll do it. Okay. Just work all harder, bro. And that's one whole share. Yeah, almost. I think it helps, meaning so that the Chinese market is closed all week. Cool. I'm going to be hating on Rivenin, though. Oh, he wasn't for me. I'm hating on his stuff. He'd rather go grab the gambling one, the GMBL. Yeah, nobody makes decisions for me when it comes to investing. I do it all myself. So, yeah. Rivenins are everywhere here in the Boston area. Yep. What? 1 share a day? Savage. Thank you, Derek J. I'm doing the best I can. You already jumped out on Riven. Yes. Just got here. What's up, elitist? You know what it is. Marantz covered his short position and bought 51 shares today. Yeah, shorters become buyers eventually. I like the guy on Twitter who saw me put in a buy order for 51 shares. And I go, hey, guys, you all know I only have 51 shares. And then I put the buy order in, right? And I show it. I screenshot it. And he goes, it's always like the ones who talk the most have the smallest position. I'm like, yeah, bro. Stop pocket watching, bro. Stop pocket watching. I'll be okay. George Carlin's the GOAT. I wish Carlin was still around. One of the guys that left, the left and the right can agree on. Yeah, absolutely. No name. 100%. Maybe I'll park $5K next week in GameStop. Carlin is wrong. Nobody has me by the balls. Yeah. Damn, this is honesty at its best. Man, well said. And he said, who's this guy? Rest in peace. A legend, George Carlin. Yes. Obedience is a prerequisite class in college. Oh, wow. Amber, that's hardcore. I need to try that out. Damn deep. What's good, Stacks? How we doing, High Rider? Appreciate you, bro. Cat Williams with the insider deals made it in the background. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. What the heck with these no names? Tell me about it, bro. I'm not obedient in college, thank God. That's effing right, Marantz. They do not have us by the balls. Preach, bro. Chad, I don't want to get too preachy tonight. I'm good, man. Just chilling, about to go shoot some pool in a little. Man, good to see you. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, High Riders around, man. We were talking about this the other night, too, about how a lot of people have left the channel, come back, because we've been here for 3 years. It's not like you're going to come here to the channel and be like this, oh my God, what's going on today? Because nothing's happening. You're just chilling. So some people come in and hey guys, I'm still around. I'm still there. I'm working. I can't watch every video, but I'm around. And then some people watch every video. Like I know who watches every video. So don't worry. Last earnings, we had 7,000 people watch the show. Okay. They'll be back. They'll be back for earnings next month. Everyone will. You know what it is. It gets crazy in here. And I'm just very excited because I think this is the earnings that it starts. This is the moment. I really feel this way. I've done a lot of math. Can I be let down? Yeah, but I won't be. I won't be let down. There's nothing that can get me down. I'm going to be positive about my life and this investment because I know what I'm reading, and it's gonna be proven. So let's do it. They've already attacked every ounce of my existence, guys. They've gone to my job. They've gone to my home. They send me emails and letters, and they've tried everything. They've attacked YouTube. They've attacked Twitter. They've attacked my wife, my kids, everybody. And you know what, guys? My hands are up. Hey, leave me alone. I'm a normal guy. I'm not anything special. I'm nothing that you should be plotting against. I'll put it that way. Until I am. Let's have a go, Marantz. Keep showing up. That's the point. You chose a good day to take her out. The 14th is just jacked up prices on that day. Yeah, and a lot of traffic, man. Have fun with your lady, Marantz. You both deserve it. We think so. I like Toll Brother houses. Nice builds. I just got a Costco ad, Marantz. Oh, awesome, Sharon. That's so cool. Yeah. Piton, yeah. To be honest, you lasted a little longer than I thought you would. Yeah, hi, guys. Hi, Marantz. I'm never selling my GameStop shares. Thanks for the info from the channel. Yeah, my biggest thing, though, pseudo photography, my biggest thing for that is when I say I'll never sell, my price to sell, and people think I'm crazy. That's fine. You can think I'm crazy. It's like $700 a share, 7 something now, because I just keep buying. And it's crazy. And so $700, right? And people are like, yeah, you know it's 14, right? I go, yeah, I know it's 14. You know it has to go 55x from here. I'm like, yeah, let's go 50x. Yeah, I'm good with that. And I think I'll get there. My cost averages, guys, I'm in like the 26s. Like I feel that good about it. It's somewhere like that. I haven't checked the other brokerage accounts. I haven't connected the two and do all that. But I'm just saying, it's got to be somewhere. So I'm like at 103, 104 a share. I'm good. I'm lower than Ryan Cohen's cost average of his last $10 million that he bought in with. You know, the $1 million that Larry Chang bought in the stock with, I'm lower cost average than him. So I already feel great about it. I feel good about my investment. So I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to keep averaging down. Probably throw another 1,000 at it sometime in the next week or two. So next week. I want to do it before it gets kind of crazy in here. So it's going to be awesome, guys. Like, yeah, this is going to be great. Hit that shit right there on the bobblehead. There you go. TVs are deflationary as hell. Yes. You can make the same screen cheaper every year. So what you're saying is to work overtime, buy more GameStop. I'm game, not financial advice. Sergio C., I think we've all been doing it. Okay, guys, Amber had to dip. Okay, cool. Shout out to you, Amber, and your son, Christian. I want to say that's what you said. So cool. You got to go watch your daughter perform at her school play. We'll watch later. Cheers. There you go. BCC, the day after GameStop earnings. Oh, that'll be cool. We'll see what it's all about. And BCC is Boise Lumber something company. Okay, so it's not what you think. F Carvana, Vinny said it, not me. Vinny loves Carvana. No. Used vehicles prices plummeted that entire quarter. Just wait, bro. Just wait. It's going to print, bro. Carvana's going to print in the opposite direction. I'm going to have to take the rest of that week off. Yeah, I heard that. AI can do it for free. Now, Marantz. Well, there you go. Have fun, Amber. Free Lagos. F Wayfair. Man, you guys are serious. Marantz, why do you say Rivian? I didn't. I said Rivian. Rivian. I don't remember how to say it. Rivian. It's the ticker Rivian, and he isn't saying the whole word. Sure. He just be like that, but yeah, why do you care? Yeah, I say whatever, bro. I'll call it River. How about that? That stock called River? Yeah, whatever, bro. Yeah, that's what it is. Like the guy, Thomas Petterfee last night, he was like, is that his name? Petterfee or whatever his name is? He was like, the Interactive Broker CEO and chairman. He was like, game? He calls it game. He doesn't call it GameStop. He just calls it game. I'm like, who's he talking about? Talking about the rapper? I'm going to let the man sleep an extra 15 minutes. Oh, man, tell me about it. Just bought 19 more shares today. JCT, there you go. I've got half DRS and half in Moomoo. Yeah, I can't put anything in Moomoo. I'm sorry. And Moomoo's offered a partnership with me in the channel, and I've turned them down every inch of the way. And I won't go with them. But shout out to you, and thank you for the roses, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah, all the likes. Wow, 4,000 likes on TikTok. That's the most for me. No, I think I got like 5,000 one night. But holler at me in 5 years. There you go. Yeah, he's saying it in a funny way because of the stock ticker, but I assume he knows it's pronounced Rivian. Rivian. Who knows, bro? It's Riverdale. That's what it is. Whereas Tetron seems AFK a long time. He put out a message the other day that he's been dealing with his own life, that he's just going through his stuff, but he's not like hard. He's not mad or anything. He's just, it wasn't time for him to do YouTube full time. He's working. He's got a girlfriend. He's got a girlfriend he probably wants to marry. So he's probably trying to, figure that part out. And these kids these days, they don't have sex till they're married. So he's probably getting really excited about that too. Maybe had to read a book or two about that. I know a book called The Kama Sutra, bro. No, I love him. Are you kidding? Tetron Invest is a good kid. I support his channel. I support his content and the way he thinks about the stock. He's just talking about it creatively. And it's not that he was doing anything for money or career that side. He literally is, he's just telling you how he feels about something. He wasn't trying to do investigative journalism or bring any light to it in that way. So, but shout out to Tetron, man. Good kid. I always say, you want me to call you back in 15? And he says, no. Yeah, don't call me back. That's what I say, because I'm up. How you been, bro? And fam, everybody's been good. About 50 in the last 10 days. Wow. Can't stop, won't stop, GameStop. So you bought 50 shares. Isn't that amazing, though, Kevin? Like, you bought 50 shares. I know JTC is buying shares. I know I'm buying. I know everyone in the Discord. You should see the Discord. Everybody posts their buy orders. And, we're all just trying to catch Jay Kerwin. That's who we're trying to catch, bro. And shout out to Jay. He sent me, I can't even tell you this, guys. I'm going to tell it to you, but I'm not going to tell it to you. Jay sent me a video of a famous celebrity saying, hello, GameStop. Excuse me. GameStop to the moon. Checking out your show, Marantz. Keep killing it. And that was awesome because he works out. He's a personal trainer with celebrities. That's all I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you who it was. None of that. Jay sent it to me, and he says, hey, don't post it. I said, I won't. I respect him. And he, because he's the whale of the channel right now. George Carlin, a master of comedy, one of the best to do it. Listen to him, taught me every more in that. I'm still waiting on the Bible. There you go. Well, good for you. I honestly don't find George Carlin funny at all. I don't laugh one bit. I think he speaks a lot of truth, but it's not funny to me. Like, I didn't laugh. I mean, I can watch his whole show and never laugh at all. I'm just like this. But it's entertaining and it's loud. So there you go. Doing good and shopping at GameStop for those cards. Well, good job, Derek. Good evening, millionaires. One day closer to earnings. You heard that right, Raventowns, and I appreciate you. Raventown, been my first moderator to the channel a long time ago. I don't know if he was the first one, but he was one of the first. Good, homie. Just working crazy hours. Always missed a live, but I run that shit back. Thank you, bro. I'm here. Jennifer's here. Jennifer Shin, how you doing? Thank you so much. Smash the like button, y'all. If you guys can please smash the like button, like and subscribe to the channel. Do what you can. I appreciate it, guys, because I know people will like it. Shout out to the guys over there on TikTok sending me some damn gifts. Oh, I never got a finger heart before. Is this a finger heart? Is this how you do it? I don't even know how you do it. How you do it? Like this? That's a finger heart? Let's go. Hey, all you guys, finger heart. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. My fingers are too fat, bro. My heart been beating. You're doing great. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. They're running back the live chat from back then, too. Yes, I heard that, man. Bring back the Joker. Oh, okay. Is that Curtis right there? Good. That's Curtis, right? So, Curtis, you shouldn't have come back. You shouldn't. When you said bring back the Joker, Curtis, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the channel. I hope he knows. LOL, if you miss a show, just skip it till the next stream. No, you can go back. You don't need to catch up if you've been here for a minute. Steve Bays will tell you that too. Exited for March. Oh, you're excited for March? Is that what you meant to say? Wonder how they will spin it. Doesn't matter though. It will be. I'll still be buying. Me too, sir. Don't got to get ready if you stay ready. No, I still have to get ready. I still got to go take a shower and get ready for tonight. It's 5:47. I've been live for an hour and a half. I bet my wife is getting ready right now. Bruh, me and my 51 shares of GME are so ready for earnings. And he actually had 2,700 plus, but I just say 51 because everyone is 51. And thank you. Stack said it. You mispronounced 51. Peter Fu says 2,700. Holy shit. I only got 51. There you go, Peter. 51 shares, guys. You know what it is. You know what it is. It's always 51. Right about everything except GameStop. Bubba, you know what? You're correct. Let's do this, okay? I'm going to address this while JTC sends me 5. This guy's sending me so many gifts, I don't even know what to do with myself, guys. Holy hell, JT, man. That's crazy. I don't even know how it works, but you're getting your levels up. I see that. So check this out. You say I'm right about everything except for GameStop, right? But let's just acknowledge the first part. I've been right about private equity. I've been right about the influence on publicly traded companies and how they infiltrate and how they manipulate and manufacture all these outcomes that have been happening on the stock market. So if I can openly predict what's happening to every single security correctly, and I have, and you know this for the last 3 years, track record is 100%. I'm telling you the outcome of GameStop and you don't believe it. Think about that for a second. I'm correct about everything else. And you're going to tell me that GameStop is the counter. They're doing the exact opposite of what those companies are doing. Therefore, what will the outcome be? I'm asking. I'm not a genius. I'm not Einstein. But you might want to be if you're going to listen to your logic on how I'm incorrect about GameStop. I'm not, Bubba. I'm not. And you can only say that. You can only say I'm incorrect for about 33 more days. I'm just letting you know. And I like 33. I do. I like that number because of Larry Bird and Boys a Baller and doesn't get enough respect. But I'm just telling you right now, I need my respect. You need to come through and kiss the pinky. You know how many people have had to come through and kiss the ring, bro? Like, ask yourself. All the YouTubers that were wrong. They're all of them, bro. I'm talking about every single one. They've been wrong. I don't care who you are. Meet Kevin. Wrong. Matthew Kors, trades. How big do you want to be? I don't care who you are. You've been wrong. There's only been one guy who's been right. Let's take GameStop out of the conversation. But everything else, I've been correct while they've been wrong. They've been pumping those stocks while I told you they were pumping dumps. They told you that it was something great, and I told you it was private equity. Every single investment. Now let's throw GameStop into the mix. I tell you, GameStop's transitioning, it's pivoting. It's about to show you exactly what it is. And you're going to tell me I'm wrong. I told you GameStop's been sandbagging their earnings. They've been hiding their profits. You're wrong. You don't understand. You guys don't understand what it is. Shout out to JCT. I don't know what the hell he's sending me, but I ain't showing no skin. I ain't dancing, but I almost have 5,000 likes. So I appreciate you guys on TikTok. Founder of Carvana is the richest man in Arizona. Wow. Bubba, how much you lose on AMC, bro? Exactly. Yeah, JCT, I appreciate that, man. You know, the founder of Carvana is the richest man in Arizona. And it's because, remember, they leverage that position out to private equity. Private equity owns the bonds. They're going to get paid. They're the senior lien holders on the accounts. So when they do go bankrupt, they're still going to get paid. But this guy cashed out his company and his idea, which was great. It was great at the time, but it won't exist after. That guy, I don't care how much he lost on AMC. You know that it's a terrible investment. They all are. All the help you give us, that's the least I can do. Thank you, JCT. I really appreciate that, and I do a lot for you. I do this for my father. I do this for my wife and the kids because they're all part of the team. Carvana founder is one of the top 200 richest people in the world. Damn. There's a difference between being wrong and being early. Thank you, Stacks. I'm not wrong. I might be early, but I'm not wrong. Let's do it. It says, don't forget to take a break. That's what TikTok just told me because I'm going live. Bro, I don't know why, but the video restarts with every ad. Oh, that's cool. So I get more views. Yeah, that's good. Hey, don't get mad at that. Pump and dump payoff. There we go. Live to eat. Long time no see, bro. Stop by to say hi. Live to eat. Oh my God. Do you guys even know who Live to Eat is? Live to Eat is the first viewer of my channel that talked in the chat, that actually sent me a message. On all my videos that I've ever posted, when I was live streaming 2.5, almost 3 years ago, I was live one day. I just hit live. I didn't even know how to go live. And the very first person to interact with me was Lift to Eat. And he's here right now. Lift to Eat. Appreciate you, bro. You started something. and you're a monster. Thank you, man. Some people know who he is. Some might have even been extra early. But if a person is actually long GameStop right now, they're going to be more than okay. Yes. Peter says, Marantz, my confidence ended earlier and I can chat tonight. Oh, your conference ended earlier and I can chat tonight if you want. Ooh, yeah, Peter, I do. Peter, let's do that. We said we would get together. Let me get Peter in here, guys. Okay? No problem. Let me get Peter. Let me call him real quick. Let's call Peter. I'm calling Peter. He wrote me an hour ago. I was not paying attention. Damn. Peter.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing? Do you want to turn on your camera? How do you want to do it?
Yeah, let me do it. Hold on, I gotta figure this out. I'm gonna turn off the YouTube so I could actually.
So you can focus. I got you. Yeah, no problem.
Can you still hear me?
Oh yeah.
There, can you see me?
Hold on, give me a second. I'm working on stuff myself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you in here. There we go. I see you. But now I'm gonna put you up on the screen. Okay, so I'm working on that. Just give me a second.
Sure.
And let's see. I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna get you. Guys, this is Peter. Okay. Peter.
Hi.
Peter's been reaching out to me for a while. He is a GameStop investor. He is. I'm going to let you do your own intro and tell him who you are and what you're all about. But before we do this, Peter, let's just be very clear on a lot of things with you guys. Okay. You guys know that I have a new rule for the channel. I ask that everyone come on, and if they want to come onto the show, you can email me. I want to know your name, what you do for a living. I want you to come onto the camera and put your face out there like I do, because I felt like people were hiding behind everything that they do. And Peter wrote to me, reached out to me about 2 weeks ago. We started talking via emails. I
sent you my resume.
Yeah, you even sent me your resume. You did do that. And I think that I was honest with you when I said I would talk to you and I would conversate with you, but I just want you to know like how transparent I am. I'm not in a rush to put people on the camera, right? Like I want to take my time, get to know you, and make sure that we're on the up and up, because I've been a part of YouTube for a long time, and I think that the message needs to be protected, and it doesn't need to be one of these me versus you, we're going to fight type deals. I'm getting sick of it. So
I've listened to these trolls try to insult you and do all this craziness.
Yeah,
I mean, last week there was some kids screaming at you for an hour for no reason.
It's really tough. It's really tough. That was 2 weeks ago, but yes, I agree.
Yeah.
But hey, you're here now. This is Peter. Peter, give us an introduction, man. What do you got and what do you do and everything? Go for it.
Hi, my name's Peter. I'm a social worker. Actually, I work at a psychiatric hospital. The thing is that actually during the holiday season, during GameStop's day of hiring, I actually just showed up. I recently got married. And my wife said, "Hey, do you have any dreams you haven't done yet?" And I said, "Yeah, I always wanted to work for GameStop." So
congratulations,
I threw in my
by the
resume. Yeah, I threw in my resume. They hired me. So I was a seasonal. So I had on the ground, boots on the ground knowledge. I'm never going to work for them again. Okay. I mean, I have a full-time career. Right. But, the experience was excellent. And in particular, I've been working now, as a social worker for more than 15 years. So I have a different kind of view of things when people come into the store and they come in and the interactions. And it made my investment feel so much better to see just the engagement and the skills that people were showing in both customer service and the excitement people had coming into the GameStop. Literally people like yelling with joy of like, "Oh my God, there's GameStop!" Like they were coming in and I know that you've been talking about the omnidirectional
omni-channel marketing, all that,
yes. And the truth is that it was no secret that they were already sending out stuff from the stores. Like every night, one of the tasks at the end of the night, someone would sit there and send out like 30 orders. So cool. If that's the way the company's moving, that's brilliant.
Yeah, I agree.
I didn't think of it when they were doing it, but it was something that was happening.
That's cool. Yeah. So what I try to do at least, is with my own experience, in the retail world and the way I view it, I try to highlight all the positives that I can so that people can actually understand just what the transition is. And you might even work it like you are right now, and you might not understand the underlying reason for these things. And so people are probably like, well, I got to send out packages again. I'm tired of doing this. And it's like, no, you don't understand what they're doing. They're taking the product from the area, so there is no clearance section. So we aren't just sitting on inventory on the shelf. It's churning, and with having better direct flow of merchandise to the consumer, that's how you can be more efficient on the backside. So your cash flow goes up, your businesses run better, and you can make those cuts and changes where you need to. So when you say you're a seasonal, how many seasonals did they hire?
Maybe they were 4 or 5 or 6, something like that. Like between 4 and 6. I mean, there was so many people I met all at once, and truthfully, the total number of days I worked were less than 15.
Okay.
So,
cool.
But I work either I worked a few 8-hour shifts, a few 4-hour shifts.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. It's something you want to do. How long you been invested in GameStop?
Oh, since the beginning. It's pretty much since when you were. So.
All right. I was in February.
Yeah, I was February as well. And of course, only 51 stocks,
There you go. Yeah, 51 shares. What are we talking about? That's all it is. So that's cool. So you've been watching. Let me ask you a different question. When did you find the channel, Peter?
6 months ago, maybe.
6 months ago. Wow. What took you so long to reach out?
Listen, I had the experience of working there, so I wanted to just, really, I was more inspired to allay everyone's fears from someone who, I have a full career, right? I didn't need to do that. I didn't need to go into GameStop and hang out in there and during the holiday season, even work Christmas to just see what it was. But once I got in there and I kind of saw the guts of what was happening. It has the issues, particularly of every retail store, where there are people there that are, they're frustrated with the fact that they're making a minimum wage job.
Sure.
But even with that, they were so highly motivated. They were so happy to be helping people.
That's good.
And you could tell kind of that the culture was shifting because they were kind of confused about how the systems were changing. And they were saying, wow, they're really trying out all these new things to make it more effective. And at first they were telling me, oh, everything changes all the time. And then they're saying, well, they're tinkering with it so that it works better. So I got to see as an investor from the inside and be like, wow, that's actually pretty impressive that they're really experimenting different styles and different ways of actually working the GameStop system to maximize the profit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so what you do is you can try different tools and practices and what we call controls for final delivery, right? So the product has to hit ground, it has to hit boots, and it has to be final delivered. So what you do, you put some controls into place and see what's more cost effective, what handles shrink better. A lot of those things you take into consideration. So that's awesome that you're on the front side of that, and then it's awesome that you're willing to put your face out here and get on the stream with us. I'm happy you've been watching the channel for 6 months. I want to ask you, now that you've been in GameStop for 3 years plus, were you ever enticed to invest into other things? Were you aware of the distractions? What was your mindset?
Well, basically, I kind of read, you speak about AMC, right? I read AMC the same way you did. So when it had that big run up to like 65, I sold right at the top. And I threw it right into GME. That's how I got my 51 shares. Awesome. So it's truthfully, I'm not invested in anything else other than, stuff from work, which just comes right out of my paycheck. So right now I'm not inspired into doing anything else. I'll see after March. I'll see after we finally hit profits for a year.
Sure. That's awesome. That's awesome. So I like that part. But when you say you found the channel 6 months ago, right? Like, how'd you find it? Were you like late night just watching, or what'd you do?
Yeah, just going through everyone else. Truthfully, Marantz, you're the only guy around right now. They'll come back once it's earnings time, right. But a whole bunch of people either got burnt out, truthfully, life hits us. So these guys probably had to go live life, and they went off and did it, So I think you were mentioned in, I think Richard Newton is the guy. Sure. And he mentioned you at some point or something, and I said, okay, I'll try him out, and that's it.
Well, there you go. And I'm not even a fan of his, so it's weird for me. But I didn't like the letter he wrote to the board of directors, and I just don't get it. What do you
like about it?
I don't like it, the fact that he was demanding a platform based off the fact that he has a certain ownership of stock, right? Like, hey, I own this many shares, I demand answers, and I want you to reach out to me. And in his first introduction was, I'm a YouTuber with this many followers. Like, for me personally, that's not how you introduce yourself to the idea that you're going to question the leadership and their direction. I've been running retail for a very long time and at a really, really high level. So at what point would I go in and write a letter to Ryan and Alan and Larry and say, hey guys, I need answers now, and I need guidance. I need to know why you're doing these things when you could be doing this better. It's not my business. It's not my company to run. And those individuals have the experience and the knowledge, and maybe they can hire the right people around them to do what's best. So I would, rather than question, I would support. That's where I come out. So that's why I've been doing videos and educating about retail for so long. To go into the world of NFTs and try to give direction there, go work for them, go get hired by them. And then maybe you could have some input. But just because you have money in a pot to say this is what, I guarantee you the viewers of this channel have more money in GameStop than anyone around the planet. I'm just telling you, I know people have millions of dollars in the GameStop that watch this show. There's all my mods, and I don't want to put their information out there, but there's no one under, 1,000 shares. There's no one under 2,000. Like there's a lot of people out here who have put a lot of wealth behind it. And so we all can have that. We all can write the letter and say, hey, this is what I have. And it doesn't, for me, that doesn't, I've been in leadership so long, and I'm a military guy. I don't go at my leaders and tell them what they're doing wrong. You know what I do? I go and make the solution. I go and be the better. So I will in turn do the job that they're not doing, so that when I do get that role one day, well, then I know what I'm doing. So that's just the way I see it. So I'm cut different.
Well, truthfully, again, I'm a therapist, so any information you say is out there, right?
Yeah.
And that's why one of the reasons I enjoy Ryan Cohen, because other than some shit posts online, they're not telling people what they're doing. They really aren't. And actually, your show is pretty interesting because you, as a retail person, as someone who's an expert in business, right? It's obvious that you run a whole bunch of stuff, and congrats on your new job, whatever it is.
Sure.
Right. But you don't want to give people ammunition. That's one of the number one things that people do, particularly if they're in an abusive relationship. Which you can classify GameStop as being in an abusive relationship with the rest of the system. You don't say, oh, by the way, this is the day I'm gonna, cut off contact. By the way, this is the day I'm changing something. You don't do it.
Right. Let me tell you why. Like, you use a phrasing for me that really triggered me. Like, in my mind, you were like, Marantz, you're the biggest thing going. You're the only thing going. Right. And I think that's because my investment strategy and the way I'm built with my dedication and waking up every day and the way I live, when they say, hey, you're diamond handed, right? Well, yeah, because I live diamond handed. Yeah, I watch what I spend and I live within my means. That's being diamond handed, because then I don't over leverage myself. But my energy and my dedication to the channel, to the content, it has expanded beyond GameStop, but yet I still show up, right? So if they were that dedicated into their investment, I don't care what life hits. You still show up and you live in front of it, and then you speak on it, because I'm more relatable for the things that I've gone through being a part of this channel for 3 years. I've had death in the families. I've had a loss of job from my spouse. I've had difficulties, the whole way through. But that's just what this investment is. It's so relatable and it's so real that if you want to be just the guy on the screen only when times are good and times are not tough, then you don't deserve what's going to come at the other end. That's my opinion, but that's why I show up every day. So I just wanted to clarify. I hear what you're saying. Like, Yeah, it's tough for some people. Like, I know they're going through personal things, but this just might be your outlet, and or you might need to rethink how you operate. Because if you were dedicated like I am, this is why I'm so supportive to the investment. I'm so dedicated to it that I live it. And people say that that's a wrong thing to do. That's just not it. My point is, you can't break me. You could tell me to sell. You can lower the price. You can give me the negative headlines. You can do it all. You can come and attack me at work. You can follow me on YouTube and troll me and make videos. And I'm in documentaries misrepresented. All this stuff's happening. And guess what I'm doing the whole time? I'm waking up the next day and I'm buying a share and I'm going to show up on the show. That's the difference for me.
So, Marantz, I to be honest, I do respect what you're doing. You know, what I also equally respect people like, super strong people say, I'm just Zen. You're not going to hear from me anymore.
Yeah.
And there's a part of it that I know, at least from my own thinking of it, that no one sold. No one. And there's no people. There's people that just put the money away and it's sitting there.
Sure.
So, truthfully, in a functional, we're not a group, right? There's no financial advice, none of that. We're not a group, but in a functional community of people of any way, there are ebbs and flows, and there are people that don't ebb and flow, and that actually shows a very healthy community. So if there's at least one person still doing the thing which you're doing, it actually reinforces my trust that, when push comes to shove, that GameStop is a big thing.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And you got to think, I've lost moderators to the channel. I've lost viewers that were staunch supporters before, and because they just couldn't take it anymore. They were like, man, we're going to sit here and we're going to just look at this stock at $13, $14, and we're just going to keep looking at it for a year. And I'm like, yeah, that's what we're going to do. And I'm okay with it.
I mean, to me, it's funny. It reminds me of, when I was a kid, my dad, he lost a whole bunch of money in when the bubble burst with all the technology. And when I looked back at it, and I did it out of curiosity, if he had held on for another year and said, oh, I'm not making it back anyway, might as well not lose everything. But he did. He sold it all at a major discount, then what was the point? The truth is that in order for us to continue holding, people, I guarantee all the people that complain or a statistical amount in the positive didn't sell. They're just sitting there angry at you. A lot of these GME meltdowners or whatever, these kids that come and troll you.
Sure.
I wonder how many stocks they still are holding on to. They're just bitter that it hasn't flown up to $1 trillion yet, which we don't know. Well, how are we supposed to know?
No, I think they really own GameStop shares, right? So I think there's a group of people that enjoy the demise of others, that enjoy hurting people, that enjoy trolling, that enjoy just a counter argument. They just argue to argue, right? And they know that they're wrong, or they really believe what they believe. Like, see, here's the difference between me and other YouTubers. I believe what I say, right? Other people say things to sensationalize a thumbnail. Oh my God, 5 reasons to buy GameStop. Boom. And they'll give you the reasons, but then they don't even believe the reasons they're giving them to you because they don't even understand what they're saying. No debt. Well, what does no debt really mean? What kind of leverage does that give you? What kind of runway does that give you? It eliminates a lot of concerns you would have. So for people in the same breath to say there's no debt, then at the same time they go, well, I can't buy it because it's going to go to $6 or it's going to go to zero. How could it ever? Right? Like, these are the concerns that people bring up, yet they just contradict themselves 10 minutes later. Happens all the time.
The truth is that I feel, particularly from watching just for 6 months, the people that fight with you, are so young that they don't even appreciate what actual investing is. I mean, I have an account through my work that I've been throwing in whatever I can tax-free legally every year for the past 15 years. I understand I can't touch that until I'm 65. A lot of people that seem to complain to you seem to think that, that this was going to be a short thing. You're not the scale of what is changing, and particularly for $1 billion company to change its entire culture, which was racked with, purposeful deceit and purposeful breaking of the system. That can't. We're not going to snap our fingers. You know, the whole level that we saw at the beginning were still people playing. There were still people playing the system, knowing that it was broken, and not trusting that Cohen would fix it. And then we see him do these steps that he never publicly announces, but then you see through filings and through the stuff you talk about, wait a second, he is changing stuff. And as someone who worked there, I'm telling you, even my coworkers, even the people that were there full time, they didn't even see it. But me as a professional, someone who's a leader where I work, I was saying, wow, they're changing the program, they're changing internal mechanisms. And I could tell even from the frustration of my coworkers that, like, okay, the culture is changing, and they're going to have to shift with the culture. You know, that's the thing that these kids that call you like this, they don't seem to understand. They don't seem to understand that there's an actual shift in business practices. And I can understand your frustration because you're trained in this. You actually say, hey, by the way, guys, you know, I do whatever I do. And I know kind of what they're doing, and I know it from my end, and you guys don't. So when you get a kid going, oh, but they're this and they're that, I can see how it's frustrating for you to have to tolerate that.
Well, have you ever argued with your kid about, you know, like I don't know if you have children, but like me, I have 5 children, and 4 of whom are adults, and you can imagine we'll argue about finances, about planning, about life, and they think they have the answer, and I'm like, oh,
of course, because when before your brain's fully developed, of course, you know, you don't realize, you know, people don't, particularly men, their brains don't technically fully develop until we're roughly 30, maybe a little bit earlier, and females tend to develop closer to 25. That's just kind of the actual science of it. Sure. So you're both dealing with people that don't have the life experience and don't have the full cognitive maturity to actually make these decisions.
Yeah, well, thank you for saying that part. My kids got to hear that part of the video. But my point is, you know, when you're arguing with meltdowners, like I actually talked to a guy today. He's very well off, and believe it or not, he's the plumber. He's the owner. He's the plumber. He's the owner of the plumbing company. And
I believe he's well off then, because they always are.
Yeah, and he tells me he's been a plumber since 1977. This guy, and I said, so how do you stay with the times? Like, how do you learn the new plumbing things? He goes, oh, I go to seminars. I go to Atlanta. I go to a seminar, and I learn that year, you know, whatever's new, the new water heater, the new this, the new technology coming out. And he goes, it's worth it. It's worth it to pay to travel and get all the new info. I said, hey, that's cool. I said, hey, so he goes, so what are you buying over? Because I was on my phone, right, and I'm like doing my thing. And he goes, I go, no, I'm buying GameStop. And he goes, GameStop? That's like Blockbuster. What are you doing? It's dead. It's done. What are you doing? And he just went. He went with the narrative that's been pitched out by everyone, right? And even that 20-year-old kid last week, they have the same idea. Oh, you're buying Blockbuster. It's like they just repeat what they hear.
I'm so interested in that dynamic. Again, I look at it as a therapist. I was talking to my aunt and uncle about this. And of course, hey, they go, oh, dying brick and mortar. And so I look at them and say, where did you hear that? Like, who literally told you that? Because your family member is telling you after watching videos and reading articles and following up. And it's not like I just read the DD and just say, oh, yeah, that's true. I sometimes look into it myself. I'm no slouch, right? And then, of course, they get into the emotional argument. And I knew I won when my aunt looked at me and said, well, no one plays video games anyway. And her own son is completely addicted. You know, her daughter and her son-in-law are playing. I'm playing with them. Like, Are you kidding me? You know, it just the truth is this whole GameStop movement was started because people's first impulse, because GameStop has such a cultural narrative. To the fact that when I got married and my wife said, hey, what do you want to, is there anything you want to do before we have to get serious and hunker down and make a ton of money? I want to try working at GameStop for a few weeks. Yeah. Right? Because that was someplace I walked into as a kid and I went, wow, maybe one day I'll work here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
There's no way you can beat that. You can't beat that kind of cultural narrative and the space it has, which is why, again, as a retail person, you've spoken about how they have a footprint. That's why it's important that it's this company doing this particular thing.
Yes.
Right? And that's part of the shift that's occurring. They're doing what the gentleman you just said, right? I told you I was at a conference today, right? Because I wanted to learn some new skills. The gentleman's at a conference because he wants to learn the newest radiator, the newest tech. He can send a drone down into the pipe and he doesn't have to go and do some crazy stuff. But the same way, we're learning about what the reality of the company is, right? And people don't have that knowledge. And to me, it's shocking that they'll come on here and scream at you for 2 hours in a row without any of the knowledge and literally repeat the same things over and over. Even if you tell them the actual truth. You say, oh, by the way, did you hear this? And they'll say, well, that's bullshit anyway. It's just shocking to me that people could do that.
Well, it's like the one where I said Ryan Cohen, they were like, oh, he only put in 10% of his net worth. He's really confident in his investment. I was like, he put in 100% of his energy. Like, he's working for free.
Again, you're 100% right. There's no other CEO. There's no one else out there that doesn't have a golden parachute, that doesn't have, getting a big fat check. I mean, this is a guy with 2 young kids who could have said, oops, bye. We could have never heard of Ryan Cohen's name, to be honest. He won. He won. He's a billionaire. He's a billionaire living in Miami, right?
He doesn't need to do anything the rest of his life.
He doesn't need, but guess what? And again, therapist, when I look at how he speaks about his father and his father philosophizing with him about business, this is a man who is dedicated from a moral standpoint. Watching his father grow that, what was a glass business or whatever it was.
I thought they were doing jewelry and now glass. Yeah. He wanted to do jewelry, but he went to glass.
Sure. Well, but the way he speaks of his father's work integrity, the way that he speaks of his father's diligence, the way that he speaks of his father sitting with him and saying, hey, son, look at these tricks, to the point where he didn't have to go to business school. He learned it like an apprenticeship from his own father. And then he showed the results by actually making the money, right? And people argue, oh, Chewy was not profitable, whatever. It's profitable enough that someone bought it from him for all that money.
Yeah, well, look at it now.
Yeah, look, truth of the matter is that that's the guy I want running a business. That's the guy. And me, when I pick coworkers, when I interview people to hire, I say, I don't look at either their schooling. I say, do I trust them in a situation? Do I trust them as a warm-hearted person? Do I trust them to do the right choice? Right? Ryan Cohen has been doing the right choices for 3 years overall. Technically, because of the nature of business, there's a lot of bullets you put in that chamber, you pull it and it's a dud. That's the nature of it. Every company has it. Coke had New Coke, and everyone still talks about Coke as the $1 million stock or whatever, that all those people became millionaires, right? Microsoft itself has done a bunch of flubs. Even
Pepsi did clear Pepsi, yeah. It's all the same.
Yeah, whatever it is. Every business does flubs, but I think that GameStop is positioning itself where it's experimenting in such forward technology that they really have a sense of what's going on with gaming technology and what's going on with what's going on in the world. So they're preparing for a future, and that's what's really kind of got me excited. And it's being run by someone who is both modest enough and who's smart enough to actually put that work in.
Sure. Just remember what I've always said. Because I breeded it and I am it, but I said a gamer's born every day, and I'm being literal. So when people are investing into healthcare because baby boomers are retiring every day, they're trying to get the tail end of all that money, and that's just what healthcare is. That and the pharmacy world is that everything. But now you're looking at the beginning of what something is, and technology, and gaming and entertainment just happens to be how the kids entertain themselves. So, and children are born. There's no way around it. There's nothing that you can stop it. This thing's going to grow forever.
I mean, no more money already than movies and music, right?
Combined.
So, and the culture shifted. Again, when we were younger, right? And I'm only a few years behind you. The truth is that games were still obscure. Still kind of you were a geek. That doesn't exist anymore. There's 0%. You can watch all the anime, you can play all the games, you could like every obscure fandom, and people don't even bat an eye. The culture shift, even in the past 10 years, is extreme. and we don't want to be on part of that ride. Like, we don't want to, a company who is ingrained in the psyche of Americans and the international world as being a focal point for that. That is still the biggest game seller, right? Well, you know better than me.
Well, I'll tell you how it works, okay? Because you're hitting it right now. Yeah. If you understand this mindset, okay? Growing up, playing video games was only for the individuals that could afford it. You could afford a Super Nintendo, a Sega Genesis. Not everybody could. Then in turn, people that played video games were nerds. All right, guys? They're all nerds. But the minute they came out with the game called Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and Madden, it now became the hip thing to do. But it went all the way to the other side. We're talking about the bullies in school, the kids who would make fun of you because you played video games all night. That changed when Halo and Call of Duty came out. Because now it was the cool thing to shoot someone and play with your buddies. And when GoldenEye came out, you were like, you know what? I'm going to have pizza night and drink some Bud Light, and I'm going to play some video games, and I'm 19 and I'm underage, but this is what I do. You can all have a Mario Party and a Mario Kart. You can do all of that. But Call of Duty and Halo changed it because it became the in thing to do. Now we go forward, because forward is what the new technology is, what Fortnite is, where cross-platform comes into play, and where everyone plays, whether you're children or you're an old guy, everyone's playing the same platform. So that's the
here's the deal. Here's what's even taking your point to the next level. My niece, she loves games, but she goes on Roblox. Excuse me. My God, at GameStop, do you know every minute someone was buying a Roblox card? GameStop is working. They have a culture which is pushing towards somehow accessing that money through the NFTs. Even if the NFT didn't work now, the idea is eventually gonna hit in some way where they're able to grab a piece of that money, because that's the ultimate in accessibility. You're saying, it's because people that had the money to afford the game, and it's become more affordable over time. But that's on Chrome. That's on a web player. That's essentially free, except for when you throw your own money into it, which people do. So if GameStop can find a way to continue lowering the threshold for accessibility for games, and for increasing the value people get by either including some new technology or integrating it even more into socializing, it's going to be fabulous. I mean, when people were announcing this player thing, and of course there were some people in the business that were throwing out these like fake messages of, congratulations Ryan Cohen on your player success. You could tell it's like some automated thing, but we don't even know what it is yet. What if they throw out something that is the new Twitch? What if they throw out something that's the new whatever it is that we don't even know?
Well, I've called it that. I've called it the Twitch and YouTube combo, where you're streaming, you're playing, and it's just a better platform. It's more adopted, and it comes with the fanatic following, right? Like people we're connected, because people are moving away from Twitch. People are moving away from Kick. And even Rumble right now. When I went to Rumble the other day and I typed in GameStop, my videos didn't even come up, and I have 1,000 videos on there. And I'm like, how the hell did because you have to pay to push out your content. I forgot about that. It's a different platform. So I'm with you though. I'm with you 100%, man. I think we're gonna be head and shoulders above the rest, and I'm confident.
Just remember, again, I was watching people come into that store joyfully. I'm telling you, there was a skip in their step. Even if the kids were fighting with each other when they walked in, they stood up straight. I had to clean up after them but GameStop is still a cultural phenomenon because it's an experience. People enter the store, it's dissociative, it's bright colors, it's all these games, it's all these characters, and it's dissociative in a good way, where people reminisce of their childhood. Well, why do you think I wanted to work there? Because I remembered walking in as a kid and loving it.
Right, no, I'm with you. But now, before we do that, I have to call out for Donko. Donko is a gentleman, part of the chat, part of the channel, has been with me for years. And Donko hit it big on Super Bowl Sunday. From what I could see, I think Donko won like $20,000, $30,000. But he just blessed the channel and supporting the channel with the $300 super chat. So I just want to tell him, thank you so much, Donko. You've always been a huge supporter of me and the content in the channel. And when we hit this moon, babe, I'm going to buy you a drink. I'm going to have to give it all back to you. So, but I really appreciate you, Donko, for supporting the cause. I have huge supporters, and I wouldn't have them if you weren't dedicated and you weren't doing the right thing and saying the right parts. Let me ask you a different question, Peter. I know we're going off on the GameStop and that angle. Have you ever watched Connect the Dots?
Yeah. I've seen a bunch of them, and it's good work, to be honest. Again, clinically, when I do something similar, not quite what you're doing, but the truth is that when you have to meet people's family. I mean, I work with very, very ill people who a lot of times don't have connections or social connections. That's how sick they are. Their families abandon them. So the truth is, it's a lot of researching and figuring out. They say, oh, and it takes years. I mean, we've been working with some cases for 20 years. We go, oh, you have a sister? Like, you have a brother? You know, it's incredible sometimes the things you learn about people. And watching it's so incestuous to see that, like, this guy's running a hedge fund, and by the way, his brother-in-law is this other hedge fund, and this guy's cousin is the other hedge fund, and that's brilliant what you do. And you say, by the way, there's no way that they don't call each other up and go, oh, can you lend me $1 million or something? You know,
right.
There's no way that this isn't happening, because this is what people do. If your brother calls you up and says, hey, I need some backup, you're going to back him up. And this is what these guys do. But a lot of times, I will not say it's illegal, because I don't want to be legally mandated or anything.
Sure.
But I can't see how there's not some kind of, inappropriateness going there.
Yeah, I think the biggest part for me, like the first red flag, was Melvin Capital, right? And everyone says this. They're like, oh, wait a minute. You have Gabe Plotkin, and even in the movie, Dumb Money, they don't even highlight this part. They go, Gabe Plotkin calls up Steve Cohen and Ryan and King Griffin, says he needs $4 billion of collateral for the GameStop short. And you ask yourself, why would they support him from going under? And people would say, well, it's to keep the market upside down. No. The market going upside down was all about market makers and clearinghouses, right? And that's a whole nother issue. But that guy in particular is what people need to pay attention to, because when Steve Cohen, who's 0.72 now, but was at SAC Capital, came up under insider trading, allegations, and everyone took a fall except for Gabe Plotkin. He refused to testify against Steve Cohen, and Steve Cohen was able to buy his way out of it, and in turn, he went ahead and reinvested into this guy's fund for not talking, right? Same thing with Gabe Plotkin. Used to be an original employee with Ken Griffin. He was one of his original employees. So you knew the partnerships, and you knew how he could call in his get out of jail free card with these guys. I need $4 billion. Hey, Steve Cohen, I need $4 billion because guess what? I've got the drop on you. Ken, I need money because I've got the drop on you too. I know what you guys do. I know how you manipulate and operate. So it's so easy for this to happen and them to give them collateral. But that's why Connect the Dots exists, because I literally started connecting pieces and information that I was blown away that people know and just openly disregard. Like they know
this is how you know that
connection.
these guys. This is how you know that these guys. That there's that. It's very well known that C-suite level people tend to run high with narcissism. They literally tell on themselves. You find their websites where they post exactly where they've worked their whole career. Mm-hmm. And I would, if I was in that type of business, that would be on my resume and not on the website. It would be just the current business I'm running. Why do they need that? Because it makes it easy for you to put it into Google and go, oh, by the way, this is the 50 million connections they have.
Yeah, I just think they're proud pumpers of their resume and the millions they've made together. Because I think that when you have an association with someone, it gives you some cachet in that world, in the world of private equity, in the world of distressed credit investing. And you know what? I did a deal once with Adam Aaron. This is Jason Mudrick. Small hedge fund. Doesn't have much to it. But he did a deal with Adam Aaron. And he was willing to will and deal and get him to invest into HYMC, his other investment. Jason Mudrick's other investment. So for him to get Adam Aron, who's the big guy, and people don't know how big Adam Aron is because they think he's just a movie theater guy. But the truth is, Adam Aron's been on the board of directors with Apollo. He's worked for Apollo directly, and all of their companies that they were coming up with at the time, Vail Resorts, Norwegian Cruise Lines, things of that nature. So when he's getting hired here and there, Starwood Hotels and Resorts, you go and look at Adam Aron and how he is a co-owner of the 76ers, how he bought in with Josh Harris. So when they're buying into all these companies and all these things, they're willing to do these billion-dollar deals together. That already makes you guilty by association, and from what I can see. But then the track record plays out, right? They go bankrupt, they extend. I mean, come on, you're doing deals with Anterra. Anterra's in the same building with Point 72 and everyone else. I mean, they're all in the same building. You just go down a couple of floors, and you're there with Silver Lake.
Just for the kids that listen to get angry and call you yelling, screaming, jumping up and down, this is the way of the world. I got the job I have now because I was the next door neighbor of the office to one of the directors of the hospital, and he loved my work. Right?
Yeah.
So the way these guys look at each other, oh, you hooked me up 5 years ago, or you're married to my second cousin's niece, or whatever. That's how connections happen.
Yeah.
So, Lance, what you're doing is logical. And I guarantee it's what's happening. It has to be that these guys know each other through personal or professional connections, and they do each other favors. But the truth of the matter is that the level of how ethical those favors may or may not be is questionable.
Yeah. Well, some people have good merit. You know, some people do it on their own. Like, I'll give you the example. My wife was in property management. And one of the properties that she's renting was to an employee of my employer currently. And that employee says, hey, we're hiring. I love your husband. He's awesome. He should come work for us. And that's how I got the interview. Now it's up to me to get the job and do the interview and do the work, but that's how it happened.
Yeah.
Think about how loyal I am to that individual for changing my life. Yeah. Now let's magnify that on the million and billion dollar scale. Right? Like there's this allegiance to the people that have the part of these societies, whether it be Skull and Bones or the Wharton Way or the UCLA Anderson School of Business. I had to go through and start doing my own due diligence on all of it to understand the investments. So that's why I love GameStop. That's why I love everything else around
but
it.
Also add on top of that people can tell each other, by the way, let's give each other golden parachutes. Because that's really what it is. It's like, go in here and just don't do shit. Go to this job. It's going to be a no-show job. And when they ask you, just make sure that they do this, this, and this. And you're going to make $18 million when you leave.
I heard somebody tell it to me to my face. That's what really changed my life. I had someone actually tell me how they do it. And he was best friends with the guy. So when he told me where to look. He told me how to look for it. That's when Connect the Dots really took off. I would have never known. Go watch the first 5 episodes of Connect the Dots. I don't know everything that's going on yet on private equity. I'm just filling it out. It's on the 6th episode where I take off because I'm like, oh my God, this guy just told me how they did it. And I went and I verified what he told me. He said, hey, listen, here's what happened. The judge comes out, the judge calls him out. He kicks him off the bankruptcy because he doesn't know what he's talking about. And I was like, did that really happen? And then I went and read it, and it really happened. And I was like, oh, why would somebody talk to me about Neiman Marcus bankruptcy out of nowhere? Who's talking about bankruptcies, period? Nobody, but a damn bankruptcy lawyer that I met. So it was really weird the way it all works and the way the universe talks to me, just like you're put in front of me today. So it's really awesome.
But not only that, it's both weird and not. This is the same way I have a lot of faith in the GME community, because the truth is it's not a collection of people, but there's a mimetic idea that's carrying through time much longer than other memes last. Truthfully, these things, they die out in a few months. In 3 years, you see Superstock, it's not what it was, but it's still going.
Sure.
People still posting, and it's chugging along. That's why we're not a group. We're individual investors. but there's still that force, shown by what you're doing, right? There's still someone out there talking about it.
Yeah,
which
I'll never stop.
Is interesting. Listen, even if you did, people would understand. Honestly, if we hit big, you're allowed to stop.
Oh, thanks. Thank you for that. Yeah, I enjoy the show and I enjoy your input. So I just want to tell you, thank you again, Peter. I'm gonna get going. I gotta take the wife out. It's already 6:30. I know that we planned this out for tomorrow, but hey, you showed up tonight, and I'm very excited about that. So I just want to say thank you again for your time, your energy, and working with me.
Thanks, man. I love the show. I'll keep watching. If we can chat again, I'd love to.
It'll happen. You know what? How about we make it a date on earnings? We can talk on earnings because I'm gonna be here.
We can if we can hop into our private jets at that point. It'd be nice.
Well, I'll never have a private jet, brother. I'm just letting you know now.
I'm joking.
I know you are.
But truthfully, guys, be respectful. If you really want to talk to this guy, just do it like an adult. And don't yell, scream, jump up and down. If you're really tempted to yell and scream about some guy on the internet, really be a little bit more self-reflective, because you could turn it off. Go do something else.
There you go.
It's not.
I love the message.
That's it. I mean, why would you buy? Why would you? People pay money to curse you out on your stream. I've seen it.
Yeah.
To insult you, they give you $5.
Yeah,
which is foolish.
Sure. Hey, I laugh about it, but I just want to say once again, thank you for everything. And
thank you, man. I appreciate the opportunity to talk with you.
I don't mean World of Warcraft, bro. I'm blocked. You're not blocked. What is he talking about? SBF cellmate. He's not blocked. Anyway. I didn't mean to interrupt you on the last comment. Hey, I'm going to give you a parting shot. The last thing I'm going to tell you is this. You're a part of history right now because you made it onto the show. Okay, that's the first thing. And in like 20 years from now, when people are talking about like what were you doing 20 years ago and why were you so successful? It's going to be GameStop. It's going to be this. What do you want to tell your friends and family and yourself 20 years in the future? You can say it right now because you're going to watch this video again.
Things do line up if you do the right thing. And if you do the right thing consistently, then that's luck. So do the right thing consistently and stick to it like the GME people are doing right now. And hopefully you'll have that same type of luck.
Appreciate that, brother. We'll keep grinding. Thank you so much, Pete. I appreciate you. I'll track you down when it's time to track you down. And I just want to thank you again for your time, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Peace out.
Be well. God bless everyone.
God bless you. There's a good ass dude. I tell you guys, there's a good ass dude right there. That's Peter. Yes, he is a doctor. Yes, he did, moonlight over at GameStop during the holidays. He wanted to experience it. He told me all about it, and now he told you. So what a cool cat. And thank you guys for everything. I love Connect the Dots. The more you watch it, conviction, bro. I appreciate that too. Thanks, Marantz. Truth Hammer Marantz. Let's change the world. Thank you. Thank you to everyone out there on TikTok as well. The guy says, do you love GameStop? Absolutely. Well, who doesn't? So thanks again, guys. Thank you for the 6,000 likes on TikTok. Thanks again for our likes that we have right here on YouTube. Thank you for supporting the channel. Donko, I owe you a whole live stream for the amount that you just donated to the channel. And, hey, guys, the donation is not going to go unseen. And if I could buy more shares, well, then that's what I'm going to do with it and or give it back to you. But I'll do my best I can. All right. And I'll keep grinding. And I suggest you guys do the same. It's GameStop. Can't stop. Won't stop. GameStop. You know where to find me, millionaires. I'm on this planet. It's called Earth. Peace.
Welcome to Marantz Rantz. No advice on finance. Spin the wheel and take a chance. Get an NFT and a little education. The system got undertow that knowledge is flotation. You wanna learn? Well, you came to right place. You're pumping AMC, might get slapped in the face. Get your due diligence, know who the villain is. Don't be a sheep when the shepherd's carnivorous. So come learn, laugh, and maybe you win big. And listen up, y'all, the wheel is not rigged. Everybody get a chance in the live chat. Kyoto spin wheel, you win just like that. Retail fight back and this retail winning. Y'all just wait, man, this is just the beginning. All fellow simians, GME group singing the truth. We just chillin', infinity pool swimming. So welcome to Marantz Rantz. A lot of knowledge but no advice on finance. Don't even need pants, you can tune in naked like Henny the Mayo Man. Internet's most hated. Don't wanna lose your money, then it's time for you to listen. If you're ignorant, invest in AMC or superstition. The stream about ready, they told us to don't dance. I do what I want. Welcome to Marantz Rantz. 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 Welcome to Marantz